He said very strongly, I want to debate. Well, we haven't seen it. But we would love to debate any time, and I think it's a good time to have a debate, even though it's early.
Trump was fined $9,000 for violating a gag order as well. He had until this afternoon to remove the social media post that violated the order, and he has until Friday afternoon to pay it off. Despite the passage of a referendum to gift more than $250 million in extra funding, Milwaukee Public Schools says their financial situation will force them to nearly cut 300 jobs in the first version of a budget proposal for the next school year. Education advocate Beverly Hamilton Williams tells TMJ4 News.
Many of those jobs are held by people of color. I'm certain the people who they will be cutting voted for that referendum and thought they were saving their jobs, and now they are out of a job.
There will be community input meetings about the budget before it is approved. The first will take place at the Board of Directors' next meeting on May 7th. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth.
Justice, Wisconsin, The Truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, The Truth. From 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Thank you for joining the Tory Lowe Show today. And we got Elizabeth Brown in the studio.
Ayo.
And DJ Brother Z on the 1 and 2s. We got a special guest. She's a senior advisor to Donald Trump. Lynn Patton. Lynn Patton is on the lines. How you doing, Lynn?
Good, Tori. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Hey, Lynn, look, Trump is coming in Wednesday, coming into the state.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. If you need tickets, go to donaldjtrump.com. They're free, and we encourage everybody to come out.
Now,
obviously the reception's been fantastic everywhere he's going.
Now, Trump is currently in trial right now.
That's right.
He's currently in trial. How is he feeling? How is Trump doing right now?
Well, believe it or not, I've been with this guy for 16 years, and the more he's attacked, the more it energizes him. The more determined he becomes to sort of fight back and for this country. One thing that I do want to clarify for your listeners is that the media keeps referring to this as a hush money case. Mm-hmm. It is literally like a bookkeeping entry case. He is on trial for basically citing lawyer fee next to a payment to a lawyer. Never in the history of American jurisprudence has a bookkeeping entry been charged as a felony. The state of New York literally changed the statute of limitations in order to bring this case. You guys might even remember that it was originally like a case nobody wanted to touch. His predecessor, Cy Vance, didn't want to touch it. Southern District of New York didn't want to touch it. The FEC all declined to bring this case forward. Even Bragg himself, when he was first sworn in, didn't want to touch it because it's very weak. And again, it's an accounting argument. President Trump didn't control the books. He obviously never made physical entries in our books. Even though we stand by the accuracy of it, he was already serving as president in Washington, D.C. when these entries were made in books in New York State. It's really a waste of taxpayer money. And I think every time the American voters turn on the TV and they see the leading candidate for president sitting in the courtroom from 9:30 to 5, they recognize for the first time that this actually is election interference, because Biden can crisscross this country campaigning, even though he's losing in every battleground state, including yours,
Right.
fairly and freely, while we can't, and of course the only day they give us off is Wednesday, which falls smack in the middle of the week. It's ridiculous.
Now, Trump is leading. You referred to the polls. He's leading in Georgia, in the battleground states, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. Why do you think that Trump is ahead in at least 5 polls that I'm seeing?
Well, the answer is easy. It's because the Democrat motto is literally believe what we say, not what you see and feel in your own pockets and in your own backyard. Americans are tired of paying an extra. I think in your state, the inflation is over 18.8% now. That actually breaks down to an extra $980 a month in additional cost to have the same standard of living that you had under Trump 3 years ago for less. The American Democrats want us to think that we're stupid, that, the economy is getting better, the crime is going down. That's not at all what voters are feeling or seeing. And so they know that President Trump is the only candidate who on day one can deliver these critical value propositions. Our message to Black and Hispanic communities this election is simple. If you want strong borders, safe neighborhoods, rising wages, quality jobs, school choice, and the return of the strongest economy in 60 years, then vote for Donald Trump. And that's a message, a narrative that's working.
Why do you think that many times when we talk about Donald Trump, a lot of Black people refer to him as a bigot, and you're his senior advisor, and you get to see a lot. You get to see a lot going on. Why do the mainstream media try to set this up to where a lot of times we look at Trump, or the community may say, oh, we don't like him because he's racist? What do you got to say to that?
I love this question. I can assure you that one of the most paramount struggles I've had as a Black female who has worked for Trump and his family for 16 years is trying to reconcile the fact that Trump has inadvertently, when he first came down the escalator, sometimes attracted the unsolicited support of documented hate groups since the moment he announced he was running. There's no denying that. I've had extensive dialogue with fellow minority Republicans about it. I've had conversations with Ivanka Trump in the early stages of the 2016 campaign. And all I can honestly say is that I still don't know why that is the case. You could argue that Biden also attracts Antifa and that the BLM sort of riots this summer attracted bad actors as well, people who are capitalizing on the moment. But what I do know are two things. One, racist people raise racist children. Bigotry is taught, either directly or indirectly. Babies aren't born, obviously, with prejudice in their heart. In fact, when I gave my speech in 2016, I said the Bible tells us you can judge a tree by the fruit it bears. That's Matthew 7:15. And if you embrace those words, then you truly embrace Donald Trump, because he's raised some of the best children I've ever had the honor to know and the privilege to call friends. Because if it's one thing, the story the media won't ever be able to write is you'll never read about the bad behavior of Trump's kids. And I remember Wendy Williams said that once too. She's like, you'll never read about them acting up, getting a DUI, being busted for soliciting a prostitute, random shoplifting, drug abuse, or even, talking down to a flight attendant or a waitress. You never hear these stories because they've genuinely been raised well by an even greater man. And the second thing I can say, and as Black people, we know this, you spend your entire life sort of detecting even the slightest hints of racism, particularly when you're usually the sole minority in the room. That's the kind of thing I've never felt. We've all felt instinctively subtle stares, sort of the reluctant inclusivity. I've been with this family on road trips, vacations, hospital stays, birthday parties, bridal showers. I've even been in the room when some of them delivered their children, and they have never flipped up and said anything remotely racist, not just about blacks, but about anyone.
Well,
Couple
Lynn,
that with Joe. Oh, go ahead.
Lynn, like I said, I wanted to ask this question because I know you got a limited time. What do you say when we talk about the black community voting for Donald Trump? There's been a lot of talk about, the migrants, and a lot of people are upset with the illegal migrant situation, that they're getting resources that people in Chicago, the black community in Chicago, have rose up and said that they haven't, been able to get certain resources, but the migrants are able to obtain buildings and funding. Why is this?
Absolutely. First of all, we see what's happening through polls like the Wall Street Journal that shows 30% of black men and 11% of black women are voting for Trump. I don't think that our community is going to be shamed into hiding that this time around because, again, people are feeling this in their pockets. They're seeing it in their backyards. And we're seeing these community protests in Chicago and New York against illegal immigration. We're also seeing Trump's overwhelming reception like we witnessed in Harlem and Atlanta. And what this tells us is historic levels of black and brown voters are up for grabs. And that's why we're rolling out our coalition's apparatus in a much more deliberate, sophisticated, and targeted method so that these gains are permanent. But at the end of the day, we are committed to reversing Biden's catastrophic damage from mass illegal immigration because, quite frankly, we didn't have these problems when Trump was in office. The deadly bail reform that Democrats have rolled out and the billions in foreign funding that continue to put black and brown Americans last. Trump wants to make sure we're first. Again, he doesn't see black and white. He sees success and failure. That is the innate businessman in him. Whether that success or failure manifests as a person, a business project, a neighborhood, or a television show, or even a quote unquote, crap hole country is irrelevant to him because it's not about color. What he's saying is this country has failed its people. Now, for example, the corrupt Haitian government has robbed and impoverished its citizens to the point where they're living in abject squalor. That's what he sees. And so what he sees in Chicago and New York and what the Joe Biden administration has done to these communities that were once safe and thriving under him, it's heartbreaking, and he is committed to making sure that he restores, the lowest unemployment ever recorded for black Americans, restores the highest median income ever recorded for Hispanic households. This is our criminal justice reform.
Lynn, you said something now. That was my next question. Lynn, once again, Truth Nation, we're talking to Lynn Patton. She's a senior advisor to Donald Trump. What is the plan for justice reform with the Donald Trump campaign? What is that? What does that look like?
Well, so we rolled out the First Step Act in the first administration, as you know, releasing over 15,000 nonviolent felons who had been sentenced to life or worse simply because of, the Clinton crime bill that was authored, as we all know, by a junior senator at the time named Joe Biden from Delaware. The three strikes rule. Most of them were victims of, Kamala Harris herself put more, marijuana convictions, minority men in prison than ever before, and when she was DA of San Francisco. But the first thing we want to do is roll out the Second Step Act, which is basically a pledge to create job training and housing assistance for the folks who are coming back out and getting a second chance in our community.
Now,
whether that's trade skills or, job training skills in their office. One of the greatest executive orders that my boss ever signed was, the largest employer is the federal government, over 3 million jobs. They have a website called usajobs.gov. You can go there now.
My
The
son was
majority of
talking
the
about that.
high-paying jobs, yeah, the majority of the high-paying jobs and good jobs used to require a 4-year college degree even to just apply. President Trump, even though it got no fanfare from the media, signed an executive order requiring the government to consider job experience equal to a 4-year college degree. That opened the door for so many minorities to apply for these jobs with permanent benefits.
Yeah, my son was on there the other day trying to, get some of them government contracts. So it's definitely something that people can go up, look, try to get some of these contracts.
Absolutely, usajobs.gov.
But when we talk about, lifestyle, living jobs, there's an increase. They're saying that the rapid increase in housing costs. What is that? What's going on with that? We have high housing costs. We just got a tax increase right here in Milwaukee, and we got we had passed a referendum for NPS. Now that the housing costs are going up a little bit more, how is the administration planning to offset some of those costs?
I mean, the average monthly mortgage payment under Joe Biden is $3,300. Under Trump, the same house was $1,700. This is just an example of what we're witnessing because of the high skyrocketing inflation. When you shut down pipelines on day one, it's only Economics 101 that the gas to fuel the refrigerated truck that brings your groceries to the grocery store is going to cost more. And where do you think that cost is going to be translated to? The food on our shelves. It's the same in the housing and the banking industry. So when Trump comes back in, alleviates these things and brings the economy back to where it was, and it was growing as on our way out the door. So don't let them fool you on that. It was already rebounding at post-pandemic when we left office. So at the end of the day, these are simple solutions for simple problems that were created by this man, Joe Biden, and his administration.
Hey, Miss Lynn. My name is Liz Brown. I am Tory's co-host.
Hey, Liz.
How you doing, Queen?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So, in the black community, again, the tropes that we hold on to is the fact that, Donald Trump is racist and things like that. Mm-hmm. You being a black woman and working for him for so long. And I had read somewhere that, you struggled with drug abuse, and Trump was the one, him and his family was the one that wrapped their arms around you and walked you through that. Yeah. If you could enlighten us, because again, if somebody was racist, I don't care who it is, when you're struggling with a time like that, because usually the people that you love, usually you've burned so many times that they turn their back on you. But for Trump to have, him and his family to surround you and give you that nurturing and the things that you need, I think speaks volumes. So if you could enlighten us a little bit on that.
Thank you so much, Liz, for asking that question because, I did struggle with substance abuse and addiction. I don't think, there's, like you said, a family out there that doesn't know somebody who has or coworker or family member or they themselves.
Yes.
And there's no shame in that. And, I had relapsed on cocaine when I was working for the Trump family. I believe it was 2011, 12, somewhere around there, 13. And, when you're an addict, you kind of make these bargains with yourself. You say, well, I'm paying my bills. I'm not evicted. I'm showing up to work at a very high profile, high stress job, doing it well. You think that I'm just using once a month, then it becomes once a week, then it becomes once a day, but you're still functioning, high functioning.
Right.
I thought I was doing well. And then one day Eric Trump calls me in his office and basically confronts me and says, Lynn, you're better than this. You don't need to do this. We're here for you. We know what you're doing. And like an addict, I lied and I denied, girl. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
This is, I don't know who told you that I'm doing drugs, but that's a lie. And then I look up and he's crying. And
Yeah.
ooh, you're going to get me crying now. But that's like when I just broke, because I was like,
He
here's
cared.
a guy who's,
Yeah.
you know, I can't lie to him now, you know, and I broke down and he broke down, and then turns out, you know, they got my parents on the phone. His wife was on, well, his girlfriend at the time, Laura Trump. She's one of my best friends. She was on the phone. So this whole intervention, his brother and sister, the next day, they helped me get help. President Trump also, you know, approached me and said that, you know, you're part of the family, Lynn. We wouldn't, you know what we'd do without you. So yeah, and then
powerful.
get this. Well, get this. I'm sitting in my office at HUD, maybe 3 years later, and I look on the cover of the New York Post, and there is my delivery service, the perp walking, because 3 people had died from his cocaine delivery service with fentanyl-laced cocaine. And so when I tell people that the Trump family actually saved my life, I believe that.
Oh, wow.
I believe that.
That's powerful.
It is powerful, because you started working for the Trumps in 2009. So that was 2011 that you said you relapsed. So again, that was, you were new to being around them, and for them to reach out.
I was relatively new, and I was abusing drugs for about a year before they intervened and noticed. And then of course, fentanyl kind of came on the scene in 2015. And, you know, 2016, I see this article, and I'm just like, wow, you know. And, you know, if you don't mind, I want to take a minute, because it's crazy to me that, you know, people say that my boss is racist, because, you know, I truly believe that, you know, he tells the truth and the hard truth, for better and worse. But when you look at Joe Biden, it's the current president who thinks that black people don't know how to use the internet or find a polling station.
Exactly.
It's the current president who said Obama is, quote unquote, articulate and clean. It's the current president who said poor kids are just as bright and talented as white kids. You know, it's the current president who fought to keep his schools segregated, as pointed out by his own current vice president on stage, so that his children didn't grow up in a racial jungle. And it's the current president who said on a Senate floor, he said blacks are born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision. And because of this, they have not been socialized and cannot be, quote unquote, rehabilitated. You know, that to me is true racism.
And he also said that
Trump has never.
Joe Biden also
totally close to this.
Joe Biden also said that
whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Exactly.
Hey.
And a black guy who didn't even really press back against that. And, you know, it's incredible that we continue to vote for a party that puts us last. They are literally putting, first of all, Ukraine before us, and now they're putting illegals before us, because pretty soon they want to make the black vote irrelevant.
I agree.
We can't call these shots, you know, by making sure that these 11 million illegals who came across under Joe Biden can vote. They're effectively creating 13 new districts, congressional districts.
Oh, wow.
In terms of our census tract. So that's the end goal, is to create new congressional districts in these sanctuary cities, so that they can obviously dominate the control in Washington and continue to make the black vote irrelevant.
Correct.
Well,
you know, it's a scary, slippery slope, and the only way to stop it is to vote.
Well, Lynn, I'm gonna give you.
Come back in office.
I'm gonna give you the last say. I appreciate you for your time.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you for having this conversation with us today. But I want you to give a last say to those that are listening from Truth Nation. What is the message that you want for people to receive?
Well, the first message is my dad was born and raised in Birmingham, Alabama, during obviously Jim Crow and the height of the civil rights movement. There is no amount of money in the world that somebody could pay me to work for somebody who I genuinely believed was racist or sexist in any way, shape, or form. But again, Trump is committed. My message to you, to reversing Biden's mass illegal immigration policies, deadly bail reform, and billions in foreign funding that continue to put Black and brown Americans last. Again, if you want strong borders, if you want rising wages, if you want school choice, if you want safe neighborhoods, quality jobs, and the return of the strongest economy that we've ever had in 60 years for every American, then you need to vote Donald J. Trump this November. Because once they get back in, there's just no going back. There's no going back, and it's going to be impossible to undo.
All right. Hey, look, Lynn.
Thank you
powerful
so much,
conversation.
Ms.
Hey, look, Miss Patterson.
No, I need to come back. This was fun.
Hey, look, I'm going to tell you right now, the RNC is coming up, too.
Yes,
Are y'all
it
coming
is.
through the RNC?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Hey, you could come in the studio.
Yes, coming to the studio.
Okay, great.
Hey,
I love it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
And I appreciate you for your time once again, Lynn Patton, Senior Advisor to
Thank
Donald
you.
Trump on the lines.
Thank you so much.
Hey, look, I appreciate you for coming on the show,
Not being
Queen.
afraid to hear both sides and let people decide for themselves, because that's what this democracy is about.
Yes.
And, the real threat
True
to democracy is trying to
democracy,
keep
yes.
people off ballot and try to keep them in courtrooms.
Correct.
Facts.
That's the real threat. All right, hon.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Have a
God
great
bless
day.
you. Have a great day. All right, Truth Nation. When we come back, we'll have a pop culture report. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
African Americans built this nation.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke. Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, it's your boy Ben Jammin'.
And your girl Noni Juice.
Y'all know what time it is.
It's time to get jammin' with Juice.
The hottest brand new show in town, Jammin' with Juice.
Real conversations, juicy interviews, and a whole lot of fun.
From trending topics to what's happening on the streets, we got you.
Sip on Jammin' with Juice every Thursday at 6 p.m. where we're always keeping it juicy.
It's amazing. Catch Jammin' with Juice exclusively on YouTube.
This is Community Heartbeat, presented by Outreach Community Health Centers on 1017 The Truth.
There are individuals in our community who certainly need health services, a variety of health services. What if they do not have health insurance? How can you serve that population?
Our community health center allows patients to come to our clinic regardless of their ability to pay, and that's part of our federal funding. You can come to our clinic and be seen based on what we call a poverty level. So anyone 200% or below a poverty level can be seen in our clinic for anywhere from $20 to $40 for that visit. So in other words, if your visit is a $400 visit and you fall on our sliding scale where you pay $20 for your visit, you would not be responsible for the $400. You'd only be responsible for $20 for that visit. Also, our pharmacy prescriptions are very, very affordable as well. Where you would normally pay, let's say for an inhaler, $240 a month for an inhaler, at our facility that would cost you about $4 or $5.
It's very good to know you guys have a sliding scale that makes it very, very affordable.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Pollution from trucks is a public health crisis. Diesel-burning trucks belch dangerous levels of pollution, and communities living near ports and along freight corridors breathe especially high levels of this dirty air. But this crisis has a solution. My name is Sasan Sadat, and I work for Earth Justice. I'm working to clean up our air quality, particularly for communities that bear the burden of diesel pollution. For the sake of our lungs, our health, and our climate, the future of trucking in this country has got to be zero emissions. Until then, I will never rest.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Earth Justice is fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. If clean air matters to you, visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
The Wisconsin Black Chamber congratulates Jocelyn Cooks, the 4th winner of the pitch competition. I'm Xavier, Director of Events for the Wisconsin Black Chamber, inviting you to our upcoming events. May 11th is our annual Mommy and Me Fitness Walk at Veterans Park. Bring your mom and your kids out. We kick off at 10 a.m., 1 mile walk, fitness instructors, yoga, food, health, and retail vendors. At 4, the boat rides start with the Milwaukee Community Sailing Center. Register now. Join us for a great time on a great lake. The next third Thursday, featuring the pitch competition, will take place during the annual Big Hat Soiree, May 16th, 5 to 9 at the PAC. All attendees must wear a hat. The next Black Winemaker Chicago Day Trip is May 25th. Sign up now, online, or at any of our events. And if you're interested in becoming a member of the Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce, please visit twbcc.com to discover all the benefits of being a member, or join us at one of our exciting monthly events. Don't miss out on what we have going on.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, it's time to start jamming with Juice. This is the Pop Culture Report with Carrie Noni and Benjamin on the Tory Lowe Show. Tap in to see what's trending today on Pop Culture Report.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Benjamin.
It's amazing.
And Carrie Noni Juice. Juice World.
Yeah. Always keeping it juicy, y'all.
Hey.
I don't even feel right saying that right now.
Why not?
Why not?
Juice?
Huh? What's happening?
Live up to your name. Live up to your name.
Y'all, I'm so sick of being Anzac right now. And all of the men who work at 1017 The Truth, y'all. I ain't
Not
gonna lie.
all of them.
No, all the ones I done talked to today. Yes,
You know what?
I am.
I see what we finna do. We finna go straight there. Okay. It's all good. So last night I was scrolling on my Instagram. Yeah. Zach was on his Instagram last night.
Doing your nightly scrolls.
Yeah. Then I started to go to my stories.
Tapping in with the stories.
Yeah. Okay. I go to my stories and I'm just clicking through, and I see my beloved. I see Carrie Noni. And I was really concerned. Okay.
He was concerned.
Because what I saw.
Why are you concerned, Ben?
What I saw last night, I shouldn't have saw.
What are you talking about?
I shouldn't have saw.
What are you talking about?
As your coworker.
Okay. Y'all tell me what y'all think. This is Carrie Noni.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
She looked
Keeping it juicy.
Splash.
Oh, wow. Splash.
Bro.
You want to sip on that juice?
Oh, wow. Carrie. That looked like the.
Hey.
Hold on. That looked like the Sports Illustrated swimsuit model.
Absolutely not.
Oh, wow.
It's not. It is not. Let me.
Just a low cut top.
You did it to yourself.
With the short shorts on.
What'd you say, Zach?
Ben, show it to a camera. Your arm was.
I got you. Yeah. Y'all see that true
She looked cute.
Thank you.
You look
Thank
cute.
you.
Thirst trap.
It's a tank top and some shorts.
Thank you.
That ain't no Sports Illustrated.
All of the boys, I'm going to call y'all boys, all of the boys, immature boys, males here at 1017 The Truth talk about it's a thirst trap. Why you thirst trapping? I said, why? Because I had a crop top
That
on?
part.
Because I had on a crop top. Now
you look
I'm thirst trapping.
absolutely beautiful. Wasn't nothing trapping. Or
Thank you.
It looked real juicy.
Thank you.
Yeah, see, look, it looked real juicy.
I'm just trying to figure out how is it a thirst trap?
All I'm saying is,
she ain't got no weave, ain't no makeup.
She showing her belly
it's all
button.
natural.
Oh, I'm showing my belly button, so it's a thirst trap.
She showing
Ben,
her.
you got on your hoochie daddy shorts on today. You showing your legs.
I'm cool with it though.
But he's not taking a picture talking about, oh, look at my beard. He posted a picture in his hoochie daddy
I
shorts.
was trying to show the people that I have some fresh twists. I washed my hair last night.
Yes.
It was really cute. So I said fresh, juicy.
They don't understand because you didn't have, no wig or no weave in. You know what I'm saying? She was feeling all natural. straps.
If y'all want to see Juice in this picture, go to 1017 The Truth as we broadcast live on YouTube.
No, don't
and get in
come
the
on
chat.
here.
They say it's cute.
Don't come
They
on
in
here.
the chat. They say it's cute.
Real cute. She had her, she did the fresh twist out.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank
Like,
you.
she was real relaxed.
They just have a problem. I get it. They see me as little sis, you know what I'm saying? Or big sis, I guess, in Zach's head. But it was nothing wrong with it. I was just having a crop top.
Nobody need to see all that.
Moment.
I didn't show no underboob.
None of that. You knew that picture was going to be sexy.
Yeah.
It was a cute picture. I was like,
cute
this
or
is a
sex?
picture.
The sexy was her intention.
I said the whole purpose when you take a selfie is for it to be cute.
It's like just because I didn't smile in it and I was just looking at the camera a certain type of way.
You look absolutely fabulous.
Thank you. Like they are tripping, y'all. But if you want to go look at it, go follow my Instagram at Carrie Noni _ Carrie Noni _ All right. But that was just they over here forcing it. He done showed Sherwin talking about it. You need to take that thought post down.
What? Oh, wow.
Yes. That's what Sherman said. Take the thought post down.
Easy.
Jason was like, I did side-eye. I just was like, no.
Where's Dr. Ken at? Yeah, Dr. Ken need to come in and see this.
And Danielle too, low key. She was like, ooh, Carrie.
But it was cute.
It's just outside of what they see me coming in here looking like every day. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So that's just what
Matter of fact, uplift, empower.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm a grown woman.
She ain't twerking.
Right.
Not yet. This how they start. They show a little belly button one day. Because you got to peep. I mean, even in the picture, she poking it out in the back, bro.
Oh, wow.
So she prepping for this.
Hold on.
We can tell you.
All right, hold on.
Hey, I had to click through. I shouldn't be looking at this.
What angle you looking
from?
Hold on.
All right, listen.
No, man.
What is the difference between a cute picture and a thirst trap picture?
I'll tell you right now. That was just cute because I was looking cute.
Thirst trap is the bum is tooted up. You understand?
Right.
No Diddy.
She should have some words covered.
No, if I was in like a bikini, like holding my booty cheeks up.
Now they got.
Dr. Ken just going through this. Investigate.
Dr. Ken said,
he said it's a thirst trap.
It is not a thirst trap.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Dr. Ken walked in. Dr. Ken, is this a thirst trap or just a cute picture?
How you feel, Dr. Ken?
Hey, how you doing, Dr. Ken?
Good.
It was
all
not
that skin.
Come on.
He confirming it. He confirming it, man.
Tutti fruity.
Oh, wow.
It is
With
not.
Wow.
Bro, I'm just saying it's not a thirst trap picture. I didn't show nothing.
With all due respect, I don't think you get to tell somebody else what that is to them. Listen, what it is to them.
Yes, yes, I can.
Right. Let me put it on a couple
websites
and see what happens.
Oh, wow.
That means
It's going to get some
That's
likes
all right.
because she looks sexy. It was
Thank you. It
natural.
was cute.
And when it looks sexy, it causes
What?
Thirsty.
Oh my
Man,
God.
please.
Tutti fruity, keeping it juicy.
Get out.
All I'm saying is, have a drink of water and get up off of juice.
Y'all
Hold
need
on,
to
wait a minute.
take
We
a
was just
sip on
talking
that.
about
Take it
when
easy.
we be at the marches and stuff
Take
like
it
that. Hey, hold on.
That's different.
Hold on.
That's different, fam. You
All
can't
right,
mix
but,
that.
But hold on, because I see conversations with these college women basketball coaches, these women coaches that got full figures.
Correct.
And they're raising noises about them dressing up and coaching.
They call
and
that
they
a thirst
they
trap.
saying that's thirst trap. So
Facts.
is it a thirst trap because she looked good doing it?
Man,
Or is it a thirst trap just because the people looking at it thirsty?
Nah.
Right? No, that
Look,
part.
I think the post was intentional, and she was looking into the camera very seductively.
That's what you do with
Nah,
selfies.
it's when you're taking a selfie, you can be smiling, you
No,
can do so many
fam.
other things.
Mm-mm.
But when
The
she
whole
looking, she calling attention.
It's
You know what
calling
I'm
you.
saying?
The
Like,
little-
it's
the little
calling
dot-
you.
it's calling you in.
That's
Like,
the whole
click a
goal.
like, share this.
That's the whole goal.
Subscribe to my OnlyFans now.
Oh, wow.
So if I wasn't in a crop top and I was in like a regular
Shirt.
dress or a regular shirt,
You be all right.
You better
You
not.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, take it
and I'm
easy.
looking and I'm looking the same way, is it a problem? Okay, so what is really the problem?
Look, bro, you just showed too much skin.
Let me
Bro.
see the picture
And
one
we
more
ain't trying
time.
to see none of that, bro.
Let me see the picture one more again because
It
I
was
didn't get a
literally
chance to
just my
stare.
belly
Hey,
button,
they
bro.
doing
I was
too
about
much.
to unfollow you. Like,
Bro, what then.
Yeah,
Unfollow
man.
me.
Oh,
I'll
wow.
get more followers.
Benjamin, let me see the picture one more time.
Hey,
Here, hold on. Let me
Follow you.
Put that on
It's
your
gonna be
close friends or
500
something.
more.
Yeah, put on your close friends.
Come on.
You see that, Tory? You see that?
With the duck lip? Oh my God! With the
Duck
little.
lips,
Take
everything.
it easy.
Come on now.
Yeah, see, y'all doing too much.
And she know.
Y'all doing too much.
She know famous people be hitting her DMs and stuff too.
Stop.
So
You better shut up. You better chill.
You know what's coming up.
You better not
He
say
said, "Oh, I
that.
gotta get these interviews."
So all I'm saying is she knew what she was doing.
The question is, Carrie, what did Bay have to say?
He appreciated
that
Yeah.
part.
He didn't care.
Yeah, he
thought it was
appreciate
cute.
this
Honestly,
good
Honestly,
looking,
he
sexy
like
woman.
it. He like when I look cute when I'm out because
That
he's
part.
like, yo,
That's my baby.
why do I want somebody who other
That's
people don't
me.
want?
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, honestly, Corey's just a confident dude, and you
Right.
should feel that confident. Like, my
Salute to Corey.
yeah, salute to Corey. My girl posts pictures and stuff. I personally don't care, But
Matter of fact, you be taking the pictures.
that's actually true.
Right.
That's very true. I'm supporting it. But
Right.
nah, man.
Corey literally be like, man, you in the media industry, like you gotta look good.
Come
bro.
on.
Like,
You represent me.
and you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta. Come on,
That
let's
part.
get it. So he didn't have a problem with it, and that's all that mattered
Hey,
to me.
case closed.
Hey.
Case closed. Hey,
That's
when
it,
we
that's
come
all.
back, we're going to have more Pop Culture Report with Benjamin
It's okay.
and Carrie Noni
I
Juice
was keeping it juicy, y'all.
Oh, we know.
and Liz Brown in the building.
Yeah,
Truth
yo.
Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Tap into the best power hour in radio in Milwaukee.
I talk like this, but it's different. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. It's just
Yup.
it's just so interesting when people think they know you, and it's no, you have to get to know that person, but then you also have to show that person that you want to get to know them and that you want to stay close and you want to maybe take things to the next level.
Listen to Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks, weekdays from noon to 1 on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
The Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, we're talking about up to $5 million, which for small business owners, we need that. That's like payroll, that's resources. So can you just let us know, what is the program and why is this lending program so important to Old National Bank?
Years ago, our CEO, Jim Ryan, this program is his brainchild. He was working with Roland Shelton, who
Yes.
you know, Denise, out of Evansville, and they identified that African-American business owners, Hispanic business owners, Native American business owners, as well as women business owners had a difficult time in obtaining financing from the traditional credit partners. And so we went out, created a program, launched it last year, 2023. And so far last year, we have helped over 100 successful minority and women-owned businesses with about $25 million in loans. We've already started this year with almost $8 million in approvals, again, geared toward minority business owners and women business owners that normally had difficulties in obtaining traditional credit finance.
We Energies want you to keep this important safety message in mind. Before you start digging, planting, or landscaping on your property, call 811 to have underground utilities marked. Calling 811 at least 3 business days before you plan to dig will help you know what's below and can prevent a hazardous situation. Our representatives will mark the underground utilities on your property for free. So remember, stay safe and call before you dig.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
Okay, Fred, so I got some questions.
What's up?
Where should I go if I want to start my own business?
You go to EerieInsurance.com.
Okay, Fred, so where should I go if my kid needs an internship? Or if I need a job, where do I go?
You go to EerieInsurance.com.
Okay, so what if I want to work for a company that believes in diversity, has great benefits, and growth for people like us?
You already know, it's EerieInsurance.com.
Man, so Fred, I just need to go to Erie Insurance?
Go to EerieInsurance.com for all that you need.
It's amazing!
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report with Ben Jammin.
It's really juicy.
And Carrie Noni Juice.
Yeah, I was keeping it juicy, y'all.
Hey, Elizabeth Brown in studio.
Hey, yo.
Hey, what's happening then?
All right, y'all. So y'all know what today is. If you know,
your energy too low. You was geek when you was listening to that song. Now you got to be geek when you talk about the song.
Your picture took the energy out of me. Okay,
it should have gave you some energy.
No, it didn't. It really made me
the juice is orange juice.
So
that part.
Anyway, so if y'all don't know Truth Nation, all right, all my juicy jammers out there, okay, gotta let y'all know Kendrick Lamar finally responded to Drake's push-ups in his AI verse with Snoop and Tupac, and Kendrick Lamar's verse is named Euphoria. All right.
Hey.
He goes in on Aubrey Drake Graham Cracker. Okay. Have you guys listened to this yet?
I have not.
I have.
How y'all feeling, Truth Nation?
I liked Kendrick's verses. It was long. It's like over 6 minutes.
6 minutes, 13 seconds.
Yeah, it was like 6 minutes long. But overall, I mean, I thought he did a good job. I don't think that the people who are listening, honestly, I think Drake got people wrapped around his little finger because he's a pop star. He do what pop star people do, and I don't think millennials and Gen Zers really appreciate the actual rapping part of this is
the lyrics,
and they're more so just focused on, I don't even know what you would call it.
Just like the oohs and ahs. He said this. He said the most disrespectful line ever.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think they really fully appreciate a dude who can really like spit for real.
Okay.
So I don't think it's gonna really go that far other than with people who appreciate like lyricism and stuff like that.
I like Kendrick response. I just wish he had to put it on a more the beat was more banging so we can listen to it. And you know how Drake make his songs where you can but
he has to.
But what I'm saying is that's his approach. He gonna dish you on a song that they can play in the club, so while you sitting in the club you gonna hear it. Well, Kendrick's song is as a listener, I listened to it a couple times. I thought it was some lines in there that was that was really good, and I thought that it was kind of a trap diss record where
that's how I feel.
He left a trap at the end for Drake to fall into.
We don't want to hear you say no more.
He don't want Drake to say the N-word no more. Plus, the thing is what they're trying to expose with Drake is that he's not black enough to say the N-word.
He said a lot of stuff in there other than that one, but I think that was the one that people liked the most because, again, I don't think a majority of people who are listening really care. Like, a lot of it went over their head. I ain't gonna lie, it went over my head. I'm not really into rap like that, but I just don't think the beef is a match. Like, Kendrick should not be going back and forth because they lyrically are not the same.
But this been brewing for a long time. This has been
my daughter on YouTube, and she said she feeling what Kendrick Lamar said.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that because I think he needs to get a little bit more love. Like, people like, nah, Drake won. But Drake really didn't say anything. They comparing like, oh, Kendrick made this 6-minute song towards one dude, but Drake's song hit like 6 people. But it's like, what? Because he had barely one line for each person? Like, that's not a match.
My daughter said it's not a match on our YouTube. She said, because Drake had a pool in his backyard. He ain't tapped in.
Well, I'll tell you this, and nothing against how people
whole different level.
Nothing against how people was raised, but I don't know nobody black that had a bar mitzvah.
Oh
Come on,
God.
Facts.
I'm just saying, like,
and they cost money because I went to one.
All I'm saying is Drake's mother is Jewish, and many times when people come out in the black hip hop, they try to get associated with the streets.
Struggle.
So you see Drake doing albums with Future, Rick Ross, 21 Savage recently, just to keep his street credit flowing.
Or as Kendrick would say, his black card. To remind people that he's still black.
Right. And then Rick Ross says that he's not even black. He's just saying he's
white boy.
Yeah. So he keeps
got a
referring
nose
to
job.
him. Yeah.
He got a nose job.
So
he was yelling at his mama from not having a tuna sandwich made with a bagel. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow. I'm just saying, like,
not the mayonnaise
it's
sandwich.
interesting. It's interesting how they coming at Drake because Drake is never going to fall off. I mean, no matter his crowd is
because he's a
his
culture
crowd
vulture.
is like a beehive, like Beyonce.
That part.
He kind of got the same following.
He's so high up now.
Like the Kardashians.
Yeah, Drake
just go bite off another culture.
Exactly.
That's
Like,
true. You could do it.
Go back to the islands and start making
Right.
reggae music again.
For real.
No, like for real. So I don't know. I think it's unfortunate to me because I feel like rap in general is just falling off because if you even think that Drake is better rapping wise.
Come on.
No, because
a lot of people are saying like, yo, it's like he didn't even write it potentially. So but people don't care about that anymore. People don't care. People got ghostwriters and they rappers.
People don't care if you was a police officer rap.
They don't care about any of that. So it's just like, where are we really at in this music game?
But I think that's the thing, though. I think this whole beef is actually reigniting people being excited about lyrics.
Facts.
You know, because there's people, you know.
The real art.
Yeah, going through all the lyrics and actually dissecting what every line even means, even going down to the title of Euphoria. They're talking about Kendrick Lamar named the song Euphoria based off of a kid's TV show or whatever. And again, you know,
Have you seen that show?
I have
That is not a kid's show.
Well,
I was about to say. Definitely a lot of drugs and sex on that TV show.
All I'm
A
going
lot
to
of
say
kids
is
watching it though.
A lot of people would allude to the fact that Drake actually fondles young kids. So the idea of naming this record Euphoria was supposed to be an entrapment for Drake.
And I understand where you're coming from. Of, it's making people, you know, go dissect the lyrics and stuff, but is that the majority of people, bro? Like, are the majority of people really
I
doing
think
that?
the people that are reacting to it, even if you don't know how to react to it, they're gonna go. It's so many reactors out there on YouTube that's breaking it down to educate them on what's going on. So even if they, you know, let's say they didn't pick up something, all they're gonna do is go to
me. I'm gonna go.
Somebody
right
that
after
went out there and reacted to it. I like to go to No Life Shaq.
Okay,
I like to go to No Life Shaq because he got he got the best reactions to me. But I like to go and see what the reactors are saying because they do this for a living. So they actually break down the verse and then they go back and try to put it all together for me. Even though I'm in tune with the lyrics, I think that this new generation, they got so many people that can break down things as it comes forward, even with politics. So it's if you don't know what's going on, just go to YouTube, click on one of these YouTubers, and you'll get up to speed. Yeah.
And not really a city girl on our YouTube said light skins with that pretty hair don't get no love. They need to leave Drake alone.
That's
I'm
funny.
tired of that. Drake is just too much.
But I mean, I think Kendrick spoke some truth on here because he also goes on to say, I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when he acts tough. You know, and I think it's just one of those things where, you know.
Because he look cookie.
Yeah.
Like, you
Be
can't
yourself.
Gangster rapper. Like,
I mean, he did get peed on by one of T.I.'s homies.
See.
So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, peed on inside of a movie theater. And this
They
is
are
all
now, in there too, though,
for real.
they said he liked transgender women.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the diss.
And
Kendrick said he
that's why
liked
you're
transgender
confused
women.
because Drake has been posting pictures with these women.
Come on, that was
and
trans.
that's why you getting fooled.
That was men before.
And you know, Kendrick said he ain't gonna tell no lies about you. He'll tell the truth.
You don't tell no lies about me. Man, wow.
I ain't gonna tell the truth about you.
That's crazy. What he did go on to say, when you stand with Sexy Red, I believe you see two bad women. I believe you don't like women. That's real competition.
Guilty.
You might pop ass with them. You know, so that's just crazy. So Drake out here shaking booty.
Well, he did got his nails polished, and he had the
He out here thirst trapping on what?
All facts.
Well, I guess he got.
Oh, he also had that video where he exposed himself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
which was trash.
Yeah,
right.
That's very true. He did show off his Johnson.
Oh wow.
I talked about it for 15 minutes.
Oh wow.
He did it, so y'all could go look
You
it
went
up
viral
and
for
view
it.
And what'd you do? Where's that?
I was searching for the
Hold
video.
on, we got to get to another topic. JP was on No Jumper.
This is true.
And he came out with his story that he He dated a
liked
man.
dudes,
See,
yeah.
I thought that was like
and that
in
he
middle
liked
school.
it.
Yeah,
And that he'll do it again.
He said he only did it just 5 years ago. So
But he said he'll run it back.
But I think he's like, what, 19? So what is that?
He's only 19.
Yeah, or he might have just turned 20, but he's under 21. I know that.
Oh my God. I ain't gonna lie, JP's actually why is it all these big Negroes, they gotta be the ones that's gay? You know what I'm saying? like every time, like, you know, the white highlight, you know what I'm saying? Like
the basketball player.
Yeah, it's always the real. Yeah, and JP a basketball player. Like, so you really gotta be questioning these folks when you're in the locker room with them.
They looking at you.
They really look. Cuz, let me watch you up.
Hey.
What was crazy to me
What
in
do
the
you mean by
interview where the dude with the Pooh Shiesty mask come over was like,
It was
so
like,
did
would
you
you do it
like it? Would you do it again? Like he was hitting
Asking
on
for
him.
a friend.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
I gotta go back and watch the whole thing in totality. But
That was scary.
It's interesting.
It's
It's
okay.
interesting. But
It's okay.
it's
We're gonna get
surprising
JP
to
up
me.
here
It's
anyway.
a lot of women that are accepting of it. Like, oh, he's still fine,
Of
or I
course.
still would, mess with him and all. So that was surprising
I mean,
to me.
majority of these girls is the girls that like girls. So how you gonna discriminate on a man that like men and you like girls?
Oh, I made a post about this.
Did you?
Yeah, because everybody always talk about telling your truth and things like that.
Right.
But then when they do tell their truth, you try to use it against them, you know. So if you don't tell your truth, you hiding. If you tell your truth, I'm gonna use this as ammunition against you. So you can't win for losing, you can't lose for winning. It's just the way it is.
I don't think if I done told you my truth, you can't use that against me.
Well, I'm talking about people just gonna just say stuff.
it, yeah.
Like, I mean, they're gonna continue to. They're not gonna stop talking about it.
Right.
But the thing is, I'll say this. When you look at stuff like this and you see how JP is just handling this, I think he's just continuing to say, "Hey, look, he's not denying it. He's just going right in on it."
I did it.
And
That's
I
what it
respect
was.
that.
And a lot of people saying, "Okay, I can respect that he's
Facts.
saying that," but it's a lot of cats that say, even though he said that, I can't respect the lifestyle.
Shout out JP, man. We're gonna
Right.
get him here on the truth soon.
All right, look, I appreciate y'all for that pop culture report.
It's
Being
amazing.
jamming
It's amazing.
and carry Noni Juice.
I was giving it just a y'all.
When we come back, we'll have more discussion. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after, an in-depth recap of every Bucks game in 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 provides game recaps for every game. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis.
Puts it on the floor, spins down the lane, and plunges it through.
Or the deep threes from Dame.
Dame time has arrived with 107.
Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts.
1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, we'll be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 Black businesses. To sign up for your business's chance to win $6,000 of commercial campaign marketing on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people. But anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Join the movement. Listen to the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, the locally owned Good Karma brand station.
We need each other.
That's facts.
I need my sisters. I need my brothers out here.
A coward dies 1,000 deaths, and for all the bootlickers, may you die 1,001.
the place for the realest conversations.
Tory Lowe want all the action, or you want all the smoke? Oh, I'm with all that smoke too, man.
I didn't see Ron Johnson. He trash. Chisholm is trash. How the hell you here to help us and your kids are dying in the street?
I understand that this is Milwaukee and everyone believes that if someone say something, it's snitching. It's not.
I don't care if it's the pastor. If you see the pastor ain't acting right, you check that fool. Where's the results?
Talking topics that need to be highlighted and discussed in our communities.
Would you trade places with a black person?
Yeah, sure. No, I would not.
Have you ever said the N-word? Come on, be the truth. We on the truth.
Unfiltered and unfazed. This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
The reason I believe the racism is getting worse is because whites know that they will be outnumbered in about 20, 21 years. They're going to be outnumbered.
Hey, Tory, man. How are you doing, brother? I'm actually from India. We brown people can totally relate with you. And sometimes it's like, did that just happen to me? We have to not let the government mind us either.
That cop ain't never been brought to the public because he ain't normal, and he may not even exist no more.
Say no more. Release the video.
You know, you keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're going to take over this talk radio, man. Just keep on focusing on what you're focusing on. I wish you a lot of love.
God bless you, brother.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Tory Lowe.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And I'm seeing an article from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. A 4-year-old was killed in a hit-and-run crash on Milwaukee's north side Tuesday, according to Mayor Cavalier Johnson's office. The crash happened at the intersection of North Teutonia Avenue and West Vera Avenue, according to what they're saying. The reckless driving is an issue. This is what Cavalier Johnson's office is releasing. I guess there's going to be a press conference or a media out here to address it at 1:45 p.m. We'll keep everybody up to date. I guess it's going on right now. I guess something is going on with the press conference right now. We're trying to get some of the audio. Let's listen.
This morning at about 11:30, is my understanding, there was an incident that happened not terribly far from where we stand, where a mother crossing the street with her 4-year-old daughter was struck by a vehicle. A mother walking across the street with her daughter, 4 years old, struck by a vehicle. And the thing that pisses me off about this is that when the vehicle struck that mother, who now has broken bones, when the vehicle struck that mother and struck that child, who is now dead, they just kept on going. They just kept on going as if they hit a pothole. Like they ran over a box. Like it was nothing. And now there's a family here in this community whose lives are turned upside down. Turned upside down because this young woman has got injuries that she didn't expect to have today, that she didn't deserve to have today. And because this 4-year-old, this baby girl is dead, is gone. That's a little girl who won't finish kindergarten. That's a little girl who won't finish first grade. It's a little girl who won't go to middle school, who won't go to homecoming, who won't experience prom, who won't get the chance to have a career, to buy a house, who won't get to do any of that. because somebody decided and made a decision. This was a choice, a decision to hit them and then leave.
Wow.
I don't know if the person was speeding and accidentally hit them or not. The issue, the concern that I have is that they left. They got up and just left. And when I got that information, this afternoon, my jaw dropped to the floor, and I said, that is just straight bullshit. That is straight.
Oh, snap.
Wow.
I can understand
the sentiment.
Yeah, because this is a child.
Is sick. Yeah.
And, you know, I deal with a lot of hit and run situations, but never this young, never at 4, you know. And many times when you talk about Milwaukee and the city and the conditions and, you know, we got to protect our children.
Yes.
We got to protect our families. Reckless driving is starting to become another thing that you have to consistently worry about, whether you're driving, walking, you know, it's becoming a huge issue.
It's above and beyond a huge issue. And not only that, this mother who after having to heal from her being hit, have to be told that her child is no longer here.
I can't even
imagine.
I mean, and he's right. This is one of the rare times that I you know, what Cavalier's talking about.
Correct.
Everything he said was correct. Now this child has no future. You know, the family is hurt, distraught. And, you know, we've been talking about laws, people changing the laws when it comes to reckless driving, where if you cause great bodily harm,
correct,
or if you know, take somebody's life, you should get the maximum penalties, you know, for this type of behavior. And I can't stand with this reckless driving idea, no matter how it took place, because we as human beings need to be more empathetic and understanding that you're not the only one that's going through issues.
All facts.
You're not the only one
but for you not
that
to
has
stop.
problems, but for you not to stop.
Come on.
And try to make sure
that part,
that the baby and the family was okay. You know, we have hit and runs going on all the time.
Correct.
And I'll tell you this is carelessness at the highest level.
It is.
Anytime somebody is involved in a hit and run or somebody hits somebody and they take off, this is inconsiderate.
Reckless.
This is recklessness. This is something that I hope that they have cameras around the area that can
find
lead
out
to who
this person
did
was.
this.
Correct. This is egregious. It is. And it's unacceptable.
Oh, wow. This is breaking news. This is something that's going on right now. A 4-year-old child just lost their life in the intersection of North Teutonia Avenue and West Vera Avenue. The mayor is having a media press conference right now. And
my condolences to that family. Please send prayers up for this mother who now going to have to heal and then be able to receive that her child, she was there.
I'm gonna tell you right now, these lawmakers got their pen. They're gonna have to have their pen and pad going. They're gonna have to change something. You know, when it comes to the penalties, when it comes to how this is addressed, this reckless driving. Because even when I drive down the street, I don't even, when I see the green light, that don't mean it's the green light.
It don't mean go. No, it don't. Not no more. And the red don't mean stop.
Right.
Again, you have to be cautious at all times. My mother used to always say, you're not driving for you, you're driving for other people.
Right.
Because at this time, even walking, and this is what we're saying, looking both ways, it don't even matter. Because if they're running lights
and they being
watching
reckless,
the walk sign say walk, because the green light don't mean go, you know, like, so it's.
Well, we got the police chief, the Milwaukee police chief, Jeffrey Norman. He's giving some words about the situation. Let's listen.
4-year-old and also the mother who's recovering from injuries. As the mayor had captured it well, this is unacceptable. Coming into a summer month, making sure that we are able to enjoy our city streets, that is not something that should be a worry for family members. It should not be a worry for those who are riding or driving on our city streets. Make this very, very clear. The Milwaukee Police Department will do is not stop anything to bring this particular situation to justice. We're working with area law enforcement. We're working on many different angles of this. It's not a matter of if, it's a when. And accountability will be had. As Mayor Johnson stated, if this was your family member, how would you feel? So that individual who is involved in this incident, turn yourself in. Do yourself a favor. For those who know this individual, and you know that I'm talking to you, tell that individual to turn oneself in. Because it's not a matter of time, it's just a matter of when. This is what we know. This is an active investigation. Follow up on different leads right now. This is still a fluid situation. But as we find out more in regards to this particular individual, anyone who's cooperating with this individual, and also information about the vehicle, we'll pass that on to you all to make sure that we are able to empower our community to help us keep our city streets safe. And as always, we do have many different multiple sites in regards to be able to report this, whether it's Crime Stoppers, whether it's 224 tips. There is a vehicle for you, public, to help this resolve in the right way. There's accountability for those who are bringing harm to our city streets. At this time now, we'll introduce Director Hamilton to the stage.
Thank you, Chief. All right. Hey, look, we got callers on the line. Oh, okay. All right. Well, you know, I guess that's for a contest, but I'm gonna tell you right now, we need to make sure that we do our part. For anybody that's listening to the show that knows who did this or what took place,
yes, turn them in.
Please come forward, because we can't have this. You can't condone innocent life being lost. And I always say, like, whatever people believe, whatever, you know, however they believe, however they think politically, I mean, we can have discussions and adult, mature discussions about that. But when it comes to innocent life,
come on,
that's where I draw the line.
It's a 4-year-old baby.
That's where I draw the line at innocent life. This is where I say, when I draw the line, when you harm innocent life, we got to get these people off our streets.
Yes.
If you can harm innocent life and think that you can relax around me,
come on, think again.
Think again. And as citizens, as people who want to see the community do better, even if it's my family member, I told everybody around me, don't harm innocent life, because it ain't gonna turn out well.
Not at all.
I'm gonna support you now. If you're trying to do good,
right?
If you're trying to be something, if you're trying to make things happen in a positive way, I got you.
Real talk.
But if you out here causing harm to the community, you out here embarrassing our family.
Come on. You out here a 4-year-old.
You know,
a hit and run.
You got to go in.
You got to go. You
got to go in.
There's no other way of saying it. Turn yourself in, and if you know of this person, you need to turn them in.
Right.
Because this is unacceptable. The mother is recovering from being hit while walking with her child, and the people persons who was in this car that hit this mother and this 4-year-old who has died. The 4-year-old did not make it. Our condolences to the family. Truth Nation, send prayers up for this mother, because the recovery is long.
I agree. And I'll tell you this, when we talk to families, when we dealing with tragedies, you know, this is going to go on for a long time.
Man.
The healing, the tragedy, the effects. And many times when you lose a child, you know, there's lifelong lasting effects in that space. And I'll tell you this, we as a people, we have to make sure that we're doing our part.
Correct.
We got to make sure we're doing our
job.
part. And many times we know, you know, it's somebody out here who did it.
Yes.
Who's related to this person, who's a friend of this person.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you this, if they don't have an issue with harming innocent life, then your life might be next.
You're in danger.
You might be in danger because they don't have any,
no withal no empathy. This was a mother and a 4-year-old.
Kept driving.
You kept going.
Hey.
Turn them in. Turn yourself in. If you're listening.
Hey.
You got to take accountability.
I'm going to tell you right now, Truth Nation, we got to make sure this summer.
Yes.
that our awareness is up.
And having the conversations with your family members, with your children, because again, what we can't do is continue to point at the youth. Everybody needs to be paying attention. Elders, olders, younger. We need to make sure that we're talking to our loved ones about these driving issues. Something has to be done.
And I'm going to tell you this. Some of y'all know y'all relatives out here swerving.
Yes.
You know, some of y'all sons out here, some of these
daughters too.
Sons and daughters out here joyriding.
Your father, your mother,
doing
your grandmother.
Things, and bragging on it when they're around the family. Y'all got to shut all that talk now.
Exactly. And I just told a youth 2 days ago, I don't care who you with. I tell my daughter, if she feel like I'm driving erratically, tell me to pull over and get out the car. Tell them to let you out. You know what I'm saying? Like your life matters. And I don't care who you with. It's unacceptable.
That's not even fun to be out here behind the wheel.
Come on.
Irresponsible.
Deadly.
Irresponsibly driving and then I hit somebody. Oh, now it gets real.
Yes.
And when it gets real, then that's when you have to take accountability. It's just like drinking and driving.
Yeah, you're
you
destroying
think you
families.
can make it.
Come on.
You think you can make it to the house.
Yeah.
It's just down the street.
Yeah.
I just only had a future. No.
Exactly.
That's reckless driving too. Like you got to make sure, even if you have a friend around you got to start checking them about if they're talking negativity about harming others or potential ideas that can harm others. You got to start telling them, hey, this ain't what we about. You got to start training these young kids that ain't cool, or these older adults, because they
just as bad as the kids.
Yes, they out here.
So in reality, it's like, you having a death wish and you getting behind the wheel, because clearly that's what's going on, and you out here being reckless, but you're destroying families.
All right, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Check out Jammin' with Juice, where it's amazingly juicy.
When Kanye said that slavery was a choice, are you hopping off that ship, or are you saying to be a slave?
You are so funny, Juice.
Come get your drop of juice.
I wish I could just save everybody in the world who's going through something like that.
And you always got a friend in Ben.
Once you do pass down your wisdom to the next person, that's how you ultimately end up freeing the next generation.
From the 414 to everyone across the globe, Jammin' with Juice is here for you.
All the 5 biddies to the flow right now. See, look at that. We're so ignorant.
It's like a bird call.
Hey, y'all are hilarious.
No stone left unturned.
Is there a difference between hood, ratchet, and ghetto?
I don't know if this man is the devil or the Antichrist.
That was juicy. Okay, that was extremely juicy.
It's amazing.
Check out Jammin' with Juice daily on YouTube.
Truth Nation, it's your boy Ben Jammin'.
And your girl Noni Juice.
Y'all know what time it is.
It's time to get Jammin' with Juice.
The hottest brand new show in town, Jammin' with Juice.
Real conversations, juicy interviews, and a whole lot of fun.
From trending topics to what's happening on the streets, we got you.
Sip on Jammin' with Juice every Thursday at 6 p.m. where we're always keeping it juicy.
It's amazing. Catch Jammin' with Juice exclusively on YouTube.
Jeopardy is on a hot streak with runaway games, high scores, and can't-miss moments.
I've always had nightmares about doing this, Ken. True Daily Double, please.
Oh, that's the spirit.
As this game heats up,
what is the secret of being a world-class Jeopardy player?
Everyone's asking,
could we be witnessing a new super champ in the making?
Find out.
All right, we got a tight game.
On Jeopardy!
Weeknights at 6 on CBS 58. The CBS 58 News at 10 with Natalie Shepard.
I think if you watch the other stations, you might think nothing good ever happens in Milwaukee, and we know that's just not true.
And Jessup Riceback.
We do find solutions to some issues in our communities.
We are focused on finding stories that are impactful, and I think that's something that really sets our newscasts apart.
It is an honor to sit in those chairs on that desk and help tell those stories.
Jessup and Natalie, Weeknights at 10 on CBS 58, your hometown station.
Garage doors giving you a headache? The best way I know to deal with it is to call my friends at Geis. Family owned since 1955, Geis is the trusted authority on garage doors and openers in southeastern Wisconsin. Trust me, I use them too. Geis has doors and openers for every budget and can even build custom designs to meet your exact preferences. For fast, reliable garage repair solutions, go to GeisDoors.com or call 262-784-4250.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Adrian was seriously injured when a careless driver merged into her lane.
Gruber was there for everything that I needed. Any questions that I had, Gruber was there. They made me feel like everything about my situation and my accident was very important to them, and that made me feel good. And I would definitely call Gruber again for that.
Serving Wisconsin for over 35 years, Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They go above and beyond for their clients.
At We Energies, we're committed to building a bright, sustainable energy future. We're investing in clean energy projects like solar, wind, and battery storage. As a leader in the decarbonization effort, our goal is to achieve net zero carbon emissions from our generation fleet by 2050. It's part of our plan to provide the affordable, reliable, and clean energy you depend on. Learn more at WeEnergies.com. We Energies, people you can trust, energy you can depend on. This message was paid for by the stockholders of WEC Energy Group.
More of The Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Drive slow, homie. Drive slow, homie. You never know, homie. Might meet some homie. You need to pump your brakes and drive slow, homie. My homie Molly used to stay 79th and May. One of my best friends from back in the day. Down the street from Calumet, a school full of stones. He nicknamed me K-Rock, so there, leave me alone. Bull's jacket with his hat broke way off. And walked around the mall with his radio face off. Plus he had a spinner from his Dayton's in his hand. Keys in his hand, reason again to let you know he's the man.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos, Elizabeth Brown in studio.
Yo.
Hey, look, I got a question, Elizabeth Brown. I got a question for Truth Nation.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to need y'all to really understand the question that I'm about to ask. And I need y'all to really give me some feedback on this, because I'm seeing something out here with the youth.
Yeah.
And it's making me raise an eyebrow. And I want to bring this to Truth Nation because I think that this is the right time to really discuss this.
Oh, no doubt.
It's springtime.
It's springtime.
And it's about
Hot
to be
out.
summertime. People
about
about to be
outside
at the parks and everything.
All facts.
But my question of the day, Truth Nation, is when do you allow, at what age do you allow your child to date? To go on a date, or to have a boyfriend, or to have a girlfriend, or to, whatever, you can't, I guess it's 101 genders. I don't know. But I guess we're going to keep it simple.
Right.
When do you allow your child, at what age, to date?
Ooh-wee.
Or if you don't have a child, when do you think is a good age? Because we all had to go through the process.
All facts. All facts.
We all had to go through the process when we had to make a choice that this is my boyfriend, this is my girlfriend, this is somebody.
When your parents was okay with it.
Right.
Because, when you was at school, everybody, do you like me? You going to be my boyfriend,
I used to get the letter.
You know what I'm saying?
Fill in the blank, yes
all
or no.
Facts. Mark the X.
Mark the X,
no.
right.
Yes.
And we didn't bring that. I didn't bring that home to grandma.
Not at all.
It was just my school girlfriend.
All facts.
It wasn't like nobody.
All
it wasn't
facts.
nothing serious. It was just for Valentine's Day.
All facts.
I wanted to give you the extra candy that said I love you on there.
That part. The extra card.
I was going to give you that extra cookie. You know what I mean? Because you was my sweetheart.
That part.
But, I'm wondering, Truth Nation, when is the right time to allow your children, to date? I mean, I think that many people have not really considered this. I guess they let it happen when it happens.
All facts.
But I'm seeing it as 10-year-olds are dating now. I'm talking about relationships now. 10-year-olds.
All facts.
11-year-olds. You know, I'm talking about going together, like
literally. Booed up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And some parents allow kids to have these relationships in their house. They say if I'm monitoring it,
all facts,
then at least I'm watching it. At least it's happening and I get to see it.
Like,
right? I'm just saying. I mean, I don't think I had a serious girlfriend until I turned 14 or 15 or something like that.
And that mean what? I mean, when you say serious.
Serious, like, okay, I'm going there trying to buy a bracelet. I'm trying to go. I'm trying to go to the movies.
You know,
I'm getting dropped off, and I'm trying to pay like a restaurant bill. You know, I need $20. I thought the bill was gonna be $20. Oh no, the meal she ordered was almost $20.
Hey.
I was in high school.
Hey, my daddy wasn't going, fam. So the first time, like, I had a so-called boyfriend who had to come over the house, you know what I'm saying? He had to talk to my daddy. And, you know, like my mama had 2 living room sets, the one that you sit on and then the one that you didn't sit on. And then usually, you know, your little date come in. So I was like almost 17. He get to come in and sit on the furniture that nobody get to sit on. And you sit, and my daddy was in the living room.
He was being evaluated.
My daddy was in the living room, and we sitting in this room, so he get to watch you the whole time. And dude couldn't be there after past 7 o'clock. He had to get up, get out. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
So, and I was kind of hard on my daughter, but she had a little boyfriend at high school. She was 16, but it wasn't official until, you know what I'm saying, I met him and his mother. So
I remember when my son, when he wanted to bring a girl over and go in the room and close the door.
Hell no.
And you know, he was getting up there. He was a junior.
I
think he was a junior in high school, and I didn't know. You know, I didn't know. I mean, he was coming in. You know, he had a little friend. You know, and he had guy friends coming in and out. He had his the guy friends he was wrestling with coming in and out. But then when the girl came, and I was challenging him on some of the ideas, you know, that's when I think my grandma used to say, he started smelling his drawers. you know, I was like, hey, what's this? You know, what's going on? You know what I mean? And she kept coming by the house, kept coming by the front porch. You know, I'm like, okay, well, what's going on? And look, he never brought her to me like it said, this is my girlfriend.
Right.
So was this some kind of jump off or something? I don't know what was going on.
Hey, real talk.
I mean, it ain't always, you know, the way y'all think it is. It's just probably sometimes these young kids they getting intrigued. They get to that age where what my grandma say, you're smelling yourself.
Right.
You know? But the thing is, I had to deal with that with him, and that was the first time it was my oldest son, and I was just trying to like get some dialogue on this. Like, what are you doing? What's going on here? Man. Because you didn't bring her to me like, hey, Dad, this is my girl. You know what I mean? You just kind of got her outside, kind of got her, you know, walking around here. And if this ain't gonna be nothing that you really trying to consider, then I'm a question you on this.
Hey, but my daughter was in 8th grade actually. And I seen a picture in her phone, and she had Bay, and it was her kissing this boy on the lips. Man, I lost it. Yeah, I lost it.
Let me go into the chat. I'm going to go into the chat because Not Really a City Girl in the chat on 1017 The Truth as we go live on YouTube says, dating with full transparency and the parents are aware and supportive of it, she'd say age 16.
Yeah, that's usually where it was about.
16.
My mother argued with my father about that. Like at 16, you know, they should be able to have, you know, a boyfriend and him being able to call. My daddy was like, only one person can have my number, so give me the name.
Right.
You know, and if it wasn't Mike, because again, when you're 16, you break up all the time.
Yep.
So, you know, I was breaking up. He like, nah, only Mike can have this number. Like, I broke up. He old news. Like,
well, you introduce, you know, we trying to hold you, you know, like I said, that's why I say when you bring somebody, see, and this is the thing.
But see, my daddy, you had to bring anybody you talking to had to come see Pop.
Well, what I'm saying is when you introduce somebody to the parents, that's a whole nother world because you could have brought anybody up in here.
Facts.
And then you bring somebody, and this is why I was telling my son, I was trying to let him know, like, okay, you didn't bring this girl to me like, hey, I wanted that moment. This is my son, this is little girlfriend, that's my boy. She was just lingering around the crib, trying to, I don't know if he was trying to experiment and trying to figure it out. All I'm saying is, when is the age that you believe these teenagers need to be involved in a girlfriend or boyfriend? Because
I think 16.
I see it going younger.
It is.
I see it's getting younger.
Yeah.
10, 11.
With the porn rap,
12.
9.
Yeah. Especially with all this music
All
that's going on.
facts. And these books who teaching them about butt plugs and all of this other stuff. So, yeah, it's a conversation that we really need to be having. So this is an excellent question for Truth Nation.
2710 says, my question is, when does it become pedophilia? Like when this is a situation happens with your daughter and a guy, what point is that encouraging pedophilia? Or is it not pedophilia type of thing, encouraging two young people to kiss or be together? Because what do a relationship really means? Is they going to have sex, or are we promoting that we are pushing that's the date? Because dating, the most adults, I don't know, I guess they kind of was breaking it down. Like, when you talk about young people engaging, are you supporting them? You know what I mean?
You're sitting down and you're having a conversation with your children, because what you need to understand, the same thing we understand it as adults. If you're not in the room, then you're on the menu. You're either going to have a conversation with your child,
or the streets going to do it,
or the streets going to do it, or one of their little friends. Because again, you're sending them out in a world that's way advanced. So the reality of that is, you want to sit down and give them your tools and how you move and what you expecting and how you want them to carry themselves.
Right.
So when they run into something else,
they're educated.
Period. And they know how to make a conscious decision.
And this is look, I'm going to tell you right now, it was a mother that had a daughter that was, I think she was in middle school, about to go to high school. And, the daughter was acting funny, And so the mother was happy to have a conversation with her. And I was like, let me talk to her.
Yeah.
Let me talk to her, because I was close to the family. And I asked her, first question I asked her, do you have a boyfriend?
Right.
And she said, yeah. She didn't want to tell her mother.
Of course.
Because she thought the mother was going to overreact.
She was.
But when I asked her the question, she was more open to tell me what was going on, because sometimes the way people are with the hard left, that it's going to go on, you just not going to know about it.
Facts.
And many times, this is why I asked the question, when do we have these discussions with these young people?
As soon
because
as possible.
Now I'm seeing that we letting the streets or letting the YouTube and letting the TikTok,
the music and the movies,
and letting these tablets have
Raise
these
our
conversations with these kids, and they're getting younger and younger trying to get involved when they don't even know. They just learned how to tie their shoe.
Come on. That part. And that's why it's pivotal for us to have the conversations. And in reality, like with me being who I am and how tough I was on my daughter, I made sure in our village that she had people that she could go and talk to when she didn't want to communicate with me. And if they felt it was serious, then they would communicate that to me for her. However, you have to make sure, because I know I was a tough parent, and certain things wasn't going to fly with me. So she had her godmother, she had her aunts, that she could go and disclose certain things to, that I knew I trusted to lead her on the right path if she had certain questions. But at the end of the day, I still made it my business to try to sit down and talk to my daughter and let her know what I felt the standards should be.
And I'll tell you this. Sometimes when I was in high school, I would see high school girls getting in cars
with grown men.
Me
too. I seen it too.
And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, is that a grown man?
Yeah.
Like,
hey,
come in and pick this girl up. I mean, where the parents at?
That
know
part.
What I mean? And many times,
crack arrows, but
sometimes we don't. We assume that people have the same people in
And
their
they don't.
lives
Facts.
to tell them or train them. Yeah, so that's not always the case.
Correct.
So many times, a lot of people who don't have that training, they may end up in situations,
And they will.
Where I seen in high school, I was going to North Division,
Facts.
and it was man had a full grown beard with some gray hair, with some gray hairs in it.
Pedo. Yeah.
I said, I was like, that don't look right. Like,
and it wasn't right.
And nobody said nothing.
Wasn't nobody gonna say nothing because again, my daddy had 4 daughters. So I got 2 older sisters. I'm the middle child, and then it's my little sister. So with my older sister, it was one of those things where, her friends was dealing with grown men, and, she was driving his cars and, he buying her clothes, she making it look glamorous, and then one day, I was telling Juice about this, that, we went to the mall, she got his car, group of girls, we going to the lake, whatever, but we stopped at the mall to get some shirts that we was going to have made or whatever. And we just so happened to go into this one store and we changing clothes and she took her shirt off. She got all these burn marks on her.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? This old man like abusing the hell out of her.
Right.
So again, it's you have to make sure your children understand what comes along with certain things. It might look this way. This is why we got to have a conversation.
Right.
Because she made it seem like it was this good thing. But in the background, she was being abused. He
like
was
Cassie.
Period.
Like Cassie and Diddy.
All facts.
It looked good on the red carpet.
All facts.
But behind the scenes,
hey, it was pure
hell.
It was deadly.
Oh, wow. Hey, look, when we come back, if y'all want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017, talk to text 833-212-1017. And we got some chat.
Hey.
We got some people responding in the chat. The question of the day, Truth Nation. How old should you allow your child to be before they start dating?
Yeah.
Are you having the conversation?
It's needed.
When we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Wisconsin Black Chamber congratulates Jocelyn Cooks, the 4th winner of the pitch competition. I'm Xavier, Director of Events for the Wisconsin Black Chamber, inviting you to our upcoming events. May 11th is our annual Mommy and Me Fitness Walk at Veterans Park. Bring your mom and your kids out. We kick off at 10 a.m., 1 mile walk, fitness instructors, yoga, food, health, and retail vendors. At 4, the boat rides start with the Milwaukee Community Sailing Center. Register now. Join us for a great time on a great lake. The next third Thursday, featuring the pitch competition, will take place during the annual Big Hat Soiree, May 16th, 5 to 9 at the PAC. All attendees must wear a hat. The next Black Winemaker Chicago day trip is May 25th. Sign up now, online, or at any of our events. And if you're interested in becoming a member of the Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce, please visit twbcc.com to discover all the benefits of being a member, or join us at one of our exciting monthly events. Don't miss out on what we have going on.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Dr. Ken Harris with his truth.
We're at a turning point in Milwaukee's political history as we go towards the end of this year and into 2025. The choices we make now will have a lasting impact on our city in the future. The impending financial difficulties necessitate a cooperative strategy that unites every aspect of our society to create long-term fixes. There has never been any question about the tenacity and the spirit of Milwaukeeans, and it is this strength that we need to utilize more than ever. Our future depends on creative problem solving, utilizing cross-border alliances, and being dedicated to making sure that all Milwaukeeans' voices, especially those of the historically marginalized, are acknowledged and heard during the policymaking process. Prioritizing equitable development will ensure that long-standing imbalances are addressed and economic growth will benefit all Milwaukee citizens. You know, it's essential to make investments in Milwaukee's public services, infrastructure, educational systems in order to both prevent the budget crisis and create a more robust and energetic city. Now, as we traverse these obstacles, let us never forget that our community is our most valuable resource. And by working together, we can overcome any challenge and create a future that embodies Milwaukee's greatest qualities, which are resilience, being inclusive, and being a successful city.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, weekdays from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Funny for your nails, too early for your nails. You running out of shoes to wear, so I bought you another pair.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Elizabeth Brown in studio.
Hey, yo.
Look, Elizabeth Brown, the question of the day. At what age do you allow your child to start dating? Boyfriend, girlfriend, talking.
16
talking.
for me.
We used to try to sneak on the phone.
Hey,
and then, and then that was back when you had the cord in the wall.
All facts.
Where
You got
somebody
the
can
party
listen.
line.
Yeah, somebody can listen to on the other end. Yeah.
Yes.
Grandma, Troy, what you on the phone?
Hey, hang
What
my
you on the
phone
phone?
up.
Yeah.
I gotta use it. You know what I'm
Look,
saying?
listen, I went out, and you don't never know how long they was listening.
All facts.
They listened,
So
they
you can't.
laughing.
You couldn't be juicy.
Nah, and the thing is,
No getting fresh.
back then it was slow. It was a slow grind.
It was a what they call a courting stage.
Well, it was a stage where you had to get the number.
Facts.
And then it wasn't no social media.
Facts.
So you had to wait till the next time you seen them.
Even when you got the number, you got to call because they mama be like, no,
Mama
she ain't
answer the
there.
phone.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or he can't have no calls, or she can't have no calls.
It was some interception right
Yeah.
there.
Because I was always grinding.
Now on these phones, it's straight to the DM.
It's in the DM.
And look at this. Back when I was coming up, it was Tevin Campbell. Can we talk?
Man, come on.
It was high
Come
five.
on, man.
She's
Look, the
playing
boys.
hard to
Hey,
get.
come
These
on.
songs was like slow roast
The
songs.
ooh, man, come on.
But now it's
True.
like now it's Sexy Red. It's
Man, it's all bad.
it's the
Sukiana.
song like let's get straight in. Like it's time to we about to get busy tonight.
Porn rap.
Yeah, they got the porn rap going on. It's like these kids. Then Sexy Red going to the schools. These kids
Come
singing
on,
their songs.
that part.
They think it's cool to have the kids singing these type of songs.
And that's what people don't understand, because how Michael Jackson said it. I had seen an interview that he had done, and he was like, when you listen to music and you go to singing the hooks and stuff like that's a mantra. You're setting a spell. So when you got you're able to have Sexy Red go into a school, I ain't never seen nothing like that
right
in my life.
And I'll tell you this, the programming is real because
It's real.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I had to go up to a school where a mother called me and said her daughter got trapped in the bathroom.
I remember
by
that.
by girls.
I was with you.
While she was in the girls' bathroom.
Yes.
While we was there to talk to the teacher.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I had to, I had to blast that school on
that
the air.
part. Facts.
I came from that school straight to the airwaves.
Yeah.
It's a different culture out
It
here.
is.
And I think some people will sit and wait until they see the problem.
Yep. Then it's too late.
But you got to continuously have a
reactionary.
conversation
Yes.
on a day-to-day basis.
Facts.
You got to make this a part of your routine.
All facts. Because if you don't, somebody else is.
Oh, they going to definitely have a conversation.
And it's not going to lean in your favor.
Especially if somebody else telling them.
I'm telling you.
Hey, look, we going to head to the lines. White Widow, you're on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
Hey, afternoon, people.
Hey, salute, Queen.
Hey, we got these analogies are killing me. For that girl with 8 kids whose mom was murdered, and I'd like to hear about what's going on with that maybe, I don't know, week or so, because I'm not impressed with Hamilton saying that there's an advocate. Here's that word again. All right, but anyways, and now Liz, third daughter of 4, me too, 2 older ones, third one and the younger one. So
okay,
I got
so
some
you the
analogies
third
going
too?
on with
The middle child?
Yes,
The
yes.
forgotten?
And not only
I'm the third.
What?
Hey.
Yeah, I was third, and not only that, but it ends up the toughest. I don't know about your family, but I mean, the line forms that are right.
I would consider myself the black sheep.
Well, the thing is that even the older girls came and got me if anybody knocked on them, and the little one enjoyed the reputation I maintained at Stuyvesant. Anybody knock on you? Nope, you're with blah blah's sister, right? So I know, I feel you. But what I want to talk about is that when I was coming up, because my mom was married 6 or 7 times, I don't know, because they had that you could run to Waukegan, Illinois, and overnight get married.
Right.
Oh wow.
But she only had the 9 kids with the first 2, so that's okay. But the third one, he was the best one. He lasted about 6 years. When he left, I left shortly afterwards. But he was called the warden in the neighborhood. And as soon as he came up, he had T-shirts made. His said King and Princess 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
You weren't allowed to date. If you had to be 16, and my mom was good because I said, "Hey, ma, blah blah blah." She said, "If you date now, then you won't have nothing to look forward to." That's how my mom maintained a leverage by what and saying, "I got this age here, and stop crybabying because if I let you do it now, what do you got to look forward to?" So she was slick, and it put me in check.
Yeah.
But I'm not kidding. You had to come into the house. My older sister, you had to come into the house. All 3 older brothers were sitting there. The stepfather, the warden, the neighborhood knew him as the warden. Everybody on the street, he's the warden. My mother, and 6 children sat there with that guy coming in and telling us where he was going to take her, what they were going to do. And trust me, it was a big deterrent. No one got stupid out there.
Facts.
And but by the time I was 16, he was gone and I was 2, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that's the way to go. My son was the same way, and it's called the 18-inch rule. My granddaughter's 19, living with my boys still, had her boyfriend over, and the door was almost less than 18 inches open, that bedroom door. That happened once.
Okay.
You got to maintain. That's underneath your roof. There's a level of respect. And,
well, my daddy didn't play that.
Hey.
You wasn't going past the living room unless you had to use the bathroom and he was ushering you.
Oh, hell.
to that.
Oh, hell no, when I was coming up. But, I'm just saying that you get to maintain that air of respect underneath your roof.
Yeah.
And even with my boys' friends, we talk about what happened today. I know 2 young men who killed people with their vehicles. One of my boys' friends just got out of jail a couple months ago. And it's kind of sad because we're friends, and my boys' friends always knew they could come and eat, and there's an air of respect. But I got to remember, he's at the same age as he was when he went in 16 years ago. And, I'm watching this, and I'm hoping that, hey, let's gather around and get this kid up to speed because, I don't want him drinking and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? It kind of breaks my heart.
All right. Hey, look, I appreciate you for tapping in, White Widow. When we come back, we got Winky Blue, we got some chat, and we got some talk to text. We're going to try to get to all of it when we get back, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Tap into the best power hour in radio in Milwaukee.
I talk like this, but it's different. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. It's just it's just so interesting when people think they know you, and it's no, you have to get to know that person, but then you also have to show that person that you want to get to know them and that you want to stay close and you want to maybe take things to the next level.
Listen to Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks, weekdays from noon to 1 on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Jeopardy is on a hot streak with runaway games, high scores, and can't-miss moments.
I've always had nightmares about doing this, Ken. True Daily Double, please.
Oh, that's the spirit.
As this game heats up,
What is the secret of being a world-class Jeopardy player?
everyone's asking,
Could we be witnessing a new super champ in the making?
find out
All right, we got a tight game.
on Jeopardy! Weeknights at 6 on CBS 58.
The CBS 58 News at 10 with Natalie Shepard.
I think if you watch the other stations, you might think nothing good ever happens in Milwaukee, and we know that's just not true.
And Jessup Riceback.
We do find solutions to some issues in our communities.
We are focused on finding stories that are impactful, and I think that's something that really sets our newscasts apart.
It is an honor to sit in those chairs on that desk and help tell those stories.
Jessup and Natalie. Weeknights at 10 on CBS 58, your hometown station.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance. And you can weather any storm. You'll also save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote. Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Since 1899, Port Washington State Bank has been dedicated to helping small businesses. I'm James Showalter, president of PWSB and a proud resident of Ozaukee County. For over 5 generations, we've been helping businesses in southeastern Wisconsin do more. Our commercial lending team takes the time to listen and provide the care you deserve. We're proud to serve this community, and we'd be proud to serve your business. Stop into Port Washington State Bank today.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
America is kept safe because the Army National Guard responds, protects, and supports our nation when it needs them most. The Army National Guard responds to disasters such as wildfires and floods. They protect us with missile defense, cybersecurity, and civilian support teams for chemical, biological, and radiological hazards. Be there for your community and your country. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos, Elizabeth Brown in studio.
Hey,
hey, look.
Come on.
Look, I don't know if that's the right. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, I guess, it's the question of the day,
Yeah.
What age should you allow your child to date or to talk to, somebody that they may like, because I'm seeing it gets young. I'm seeing that 10 years. Look, what I'm seeing is it's 10 years old, 11 years old, 20. I mean, I'm talking about in relationship.
No doubt. Full blown.
I mean, I'm talking about where's is anybody teaching them, what's going on? You know what I mean?
Again,
I mean, they not my kids, but
right.
like I said, but I'm seeing
but they are kids. So
they are kids. So I try to say something.
As you should. As you should.
I try to talk to them.
Should,
hey,
because again, everybody needs that door. And like I said, I don't care whose child it is. I'm gonna have a conversation with them, especially if you seeing it going somewhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And they holding hands and kissing and and I'm talking about they 10 years old, they 11 years old. I'm like, hey, come on now, what's going on?
Right. What y'all doing?
Where your mama at?
For real.
You know what? Then you ask the question, they might tell you something.
They gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gonna head to the lines. Winky Blue, you're on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, listen, before I address that particular topic, I gotta tell you that interview with that lady, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get an interview with Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
That lady, at first I was a little worried about it. I said they ain't handling her right. And then all of a sudden, y'all was able to get inside the social humanity side of her, and she was almost going to give up her suburban accent and come on home for a few minutes. I mean, you guys did a wonderful job on that interview, especially when you were able to engage her, and it became therapy for her because she got excited to be able to tell the story of where she really come from. And that was heavy right there, man, because at that point, it became therapy. She want to do it again. She want to go somewhere else now. She want to tell this story.
and she'll be a little bit more. She almost lost her suburban accent for a few minutes. But when it comes down to the that was a good interview, man. That was probably the best one after she loosened up. That's the best one I done heard, man. Be honest with you, that was good.
Hey, look, I got a WBA. I got a Wisconsin Broadcasting Award for interviews right now.
The day that we living in, we got to give these kids instructions on a man should be with a woman and a woman should be with a man, and you got to keep them governed right there, because that's where the attack is. As far as this going together, I'm gonna stay out them kids' business, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I grew up in the church, but me and my brothers and them and sisters, we kind of rebelled against that part to say, "Don't have no, you better not have no boyfriend coming in here." But we wasn't able to have no boyfriend, but the deacons and them was having girlfriends and stuff. So you have to realize something. And then if you do that, you set that kid up. You send them over to Brother Doohicke's house. Brother Doohicke's son might have been already tampered with by the choir director. So now your son or your daughter finna be exposed to another lifestyle
all the time.
Because we've been down on them about not having no boyfriend or girlfriend. Hey, I've been passing love notes, man, since I was a little bitty boy in school.
You still telling them to check the box?
I love you. That's right. And then if I had a little girl that I liked it on Valentine's Day, I made sure that she got the special heart. My mama might even say, "Which one you gonna get her? Which one you gonna get a Gwen?" Because this is how you have to, I'm gonna get out the way of trying to govern that part of it, because what you do is you set that kid up for choosing a lifestyle that you might not be in agreement with, because we have told them not to get involved. Now, as I was a little kid, we played little games. We might have played Chinese chase. Okay, we might have played hide and go get it today. Today that would be. You know what that would be called today? Sexual assault.
Correct.
Hey, that's true.
Real talk.
Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to have more conversation, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, we'll be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 Black businesses. To sign up for your business's chance to win $6,000 of commercial campaign marketing on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Donors choose. Support a classroom.
Build a future.
Did you know that every year, public school teachers spend nearly $500 of their own money for student supplies? Let's do the math. That comes out to over $1.2 billion a year. And that's just not right. At Donors Choose, we want students and teachers to have the tools they need for a great education. And now, more than ever, they need your help. Here's what you can do. Go to DonorsChoose.org and choose from teachers' requests that support reading, math, science, history, and more. Once a request is funded, we'll take care of shipping everything directly to the teacher. It's that easy. You'll receive thank you letters and photos from students and teachers, and a report of how every dollar was spent. Teachers' needs have never been greater. Learn more at DonorsChoose.org.
Donors choose. Support a classroom.
Build a future.
Research shows that high-quality teachers have the greatest impact on student success during the school day. By shaping their students, they are shaping the future. Yet while actors have Oscars, musicians have Grammys, and athletes have gold medals, exemplary educators who prepare every profession are just not recognized enough. The Milken Educator Awards set out to change that by surprising outstanding educators across the nation with $25,000 prizes and providing a platform to celebrate, elevate, and activate the profession.
Erica Stevens.
The awards were created by Lowell Milken of the national nonprofit Milken Family Foundation. The journey to surprising the 3,000th Milken educator is in full swing. Who will be next?
Honey, they chose me.
Celebrate teachers, value teachers, thank teachers.
Listen to the man who tells you exactly how he sees it. The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris every weekday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 101.7 The Truth News Update.
I'm Julian Johnson. The Wisconsin Supreme Court ruling today that former Milwaukee police officer Eric Andrade was properly fired for posting racist memes related to the arrest of NBA player Sterling Brown that triggered a public outcry. Brown, who then played for the Milwaukee Bucks when the incident happened in 2018, filed a federal civil rights lawsuit against the city, police department, and several officers who were involved in his arrest, including Andrade. Brown alleged that police used excessive force and targeted him because he is black when they confronted him for parking illegally in a handicapped spot. He was talking with officers while waiting for a citation when the situation escalated. Officers then took him down and used a stun gun because he didn't immediately follow orders to remove his hands from his pockets. Former President Donald Trump is back in a New York courtroom today for his hush money trial. Taking the stand today is a former banker of Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen, who says a shell company was established in order to funnel a $130,000 payment to adult film actress Stormy Daniels. Before the proceedings, Trump also said he wants to debate his political rival, President Biden.
I'm still waiting for him to debate. He said on the very lowly rated Howard Stern show, he said very strongly, I want to debate. Well, we haven't seen it. But we would love to debate anytime, and I think it's a good time to have a debate, even though it's early.
Trump was fined $9,000 for violating a gag order as well. He had until this afternoon to remove the social media post that violated the order, and he has until Friday afternoon to pay it off. Despite the passage of a referendum to gift more than $250 million in extra funding, Milwaukee Public Schools says their financial situation will force them to nearly cut 300 jobs in the first version of a budget proposal for the next school year. Education advocate Beverly Hamilton Williams tells TMJ4 News.
Many of those jobs are held by people of color. I am certain the people who they will be cutting voted for that referendum and thought they were saving their jobs, and now they are out of a job.
There will be community input meetings about the budget before it is approved. The first will take place at the Board of Directors' next meeting on May 7th. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show continues on 101.7 The Truth.
We need each other.
That's facts.
I need my sisters. I need my brothers out here.
A coward dies 1,000 deaths, and for all the bootlickers, may you die 1,001.
The place for the realest conversations.
Tory Lowe want all the action, or you want all the smoke? Oh, I'm with all that smoke too, man.
I didn't see Ron Johnson. He trash. Chisholm is trash. How the hell you here to help us and your kids are dying in the street?
I understand that this is Milwaukee and everyone believes that if someone say something, it's snitching. It's not.
I don't care if it's the past. If you see the pastor ain't acting right, you check that fool. Where's the results?
Talking topics that need to be highlighted and discussed in our communities.
Would you trade places with a black person?
Yeah, sure. No, I would not.
Have you ever said the N-word? Come on, be the truth. We on the truth.
Unfiltered and unfazed. This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
The reason I believe the racism is getting worse is because whites know that they will be outnumbered in about 20 to 21 years. They're going to be outnumbered.
Hey, Tory, man. How are you doing, brother? I'm actually from India. We brown people can totally relate with you. And sometimes it's like, did that just happen to me? We have to not let the government mind us either.
That cop ain't never been brought to the public because he ain't normal, and he may not even exist no more.
Say no more. Release the video.
You know, you keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're going to take over this talk radio, man. Just keep on focusing on what you're focusing on. I wish you a lot of love.
God bless you, brother.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Tory Lowe.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth.
the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the third hour of the Tory Lowe Show today. We got Elizabeth Brown, author and advocate, in the building.
Hey.
How you doing?
You already know. It's litty in the city.
Hey, look, I'm going to tell you right now, it can't be too litty because I'm looking at this Milwaukee Journal Sentinel article, and they saying that Milwaukee Public Schools budget proposal would cut 288 staff positions despite the referendum.
After they just secured the bag.
And it say despite the successful referendum.
That part.
May 2nd, to boost the funding for Milwaukee Public Schools, Superintendent Keith Posley proposed a budget released Friday that still makes major cuts, including cutting 288 staff positions.
But not his job.
And they're saying that any staff member whose job would be cut under the plan would have the option to move to other positions in the district. MPS Communications Director Nicole Armendis is saying that even if they get cut, they can move into other positions.
What I'm saying is the fact that they didn't say this before they sensationalized us giving them this money when it was on the referendum. This is what we're talking about, Truth Nation, when we're saying, the overlay for the underlay. This is the catch-22. So you're telling me that now we're in danger of losing 288 MPS positions, lower positions, when we're talking about, the food aides, the teachers, but MPS is top heavy. How about cut Keith Posley money? How about cut some of the executives' jobs? You're taking away from the little people. We just talked about SDC. These people that's losing their job, the everyday hard-working people who not getting a salary cap. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's wild.
This finna hit the real people.
Hey, look, hold on. Look, you brought that up, and you said it says 44 educational assistants will be cut, 27 food service assistants, and 8 food service managers will be cut, 27 administrators.
Get rid of Posley.
13 school nurses and 9 health assistants, 11 clerical and secretarial workers, 9 social workers, and 3 psychologists. Oh, my God. They cutting all of that.
Come on. But it was to better the children. How you cutting the psychologists, and we know that our children are dealing with all type of issues due to the exacerbation.
And don't cut the food out.
They
was already complaining that the food wasn't all the way there.
They're not even paying the food people that much money. These are the little people. See, MPS is top heavy. We're talking about Keith Posley. Look how much money he getting. Cut him and put somebody brand new in there that's not requiring, the bonuses.
Oh, wow. Well, question of the day, too. When should you allow your child to start dating? Because I'm seeing now it's like 10, 11, 12. Like, what is going on out here? And I think that people leaving their kids in front of these tablets.
Oh, hell is breaking loose.
On TikTok. Maybe they should ban TikTok. I don't know, because where are they getting this education from?
Ban TikTok again.
I'm just saying.
Ban the movies, ban the music. We're talking about it in a time where it was drag queen reading hour.
Well, they control that. The liberals control that. They don't control TikTok. China do.
That part.
Hey, we going to head to the lines. Tasha, you on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
Hi, Tori. How you doing? Hey, Elizabeth. How are you?
Queen.
How you doing, Queen?
I was calling because my thing is my age was 16. So with my kids, I passed the same rules, 16. But y'all know what happened is that they don't bring nobody home to me. I cannot make this up. They don't bring. Okay, if they do bring, my youngest daughter, she had this one little boyfriend all through high school or whatever, and he knew the rule. When he come, he would visit the community because he was coming into a community, so he had to visit the community.
I know that's right.
We don't do bedrooms,
Right.
no boom up in here, only me. So
For real.
he comes, he visits, he
The sonic
leaves.
boom.
Okay, and sonics, waves, shattering.
And that part.
Oh, wow.
But no, the kids, they don't bring nobody. Now, my son is 19. My other son is 16. I have a 27-year-old and a 31.
Right.
None of those
Wait a minute.
children
They
bring
never, hold on. They
anybody.
never brought the girl and said, this is my girlfriend?
Man.
No, they don't get no girlfriend. The boys ain't brought me nothing. Not one
Hey,
girl.
well, that mean they're not serious. So, I mean, I guess you can look at that as a good thing, too, because
They just experiment.
yeah, apparently
Well,
they
you
ain't
know
met
what
nobody
it
that's
is?
worthy to come home to meet mama, because
told
that mean
y'all.
that's serious.
Y'all remember that Bill Cosby episode, and he pulled out the garbage can lid,
Yeah.
and he told Denise, what was that, Vanessa? She brought and introduced that boy to them like a piece of crap. Y'all remember he was like, Bill Cosby was like, do you like steak, beef Wellington? Ooh, it's so good.
Yes.
It's so good. That was a good episode. Anyway, but yeah, with that being said, I be telling them like, hey, don't bring them to me because for one, they be scared of what's going to come out of my mouth. That's the problem. Because I'm unfiltered. I go there. I ask the question, y'all got retardation in your family? Who get SSI tests? Those are things I want to know. I don't want no slow grandbaby coming out and all that stuff. I think way ahead, So they don't bring nobody home to their mama because they be so scared. Like, Lord, we don't know what this lady gonna
Well,
say
mama,
to this
maybe
person.
you need
And
to.
hey,
It's time for you to get a median because you really want to know. You don't want to get them because I was just like you before, and then I had to get in the middle ground because if you don't know and then something transpire and you they didn't tell you because whatever, just put a little filter on there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, I've been working on it. I swear, I've been working so hard. The 31-year-old, when I see him, you can see a piece of. You can see him from a mile away.
Oh, wow.
I said, oh, he a piece of crap.
Right.
Listen, Mama, he ain't even got to speak. I see it in his walk. He a bum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some things you can just see. There are no words.
But it ain't what you say, mama, it's how you say it too, and I'm learning
I'm
too.
working on-
And I'm working on it too. Hey, Queen, I'm praying for you. You know what I'm saying? We out here, we trying to heal, and it's only right that we have these real life conversations with each other because a lot of time we do ruin our children bringing certain people home and then we don't get to know that part of them. And in reality, hey, we changing our minds, we changing our lives. Together, we going to get it done.
Hey, Rob, you're on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. I hope you all doing well. I've been listening. I just want to comment on MPS thing, man. It's sad that they got all that money and they still couldn't job. That Posey dude, he ain't nothing but a bootlicker and a coon. Every time you see him on the press conference or the news, on TV, he's smiling big yellow in front of the
He got almost 300 something in cash and prizes.
Master Splinter, the rat got the cheese.
Every time you see him in front of the puppet masters on the TV, he's smiling big yellow, grinning left to right.
Straight to the bank.
But that's how I got it. So they need to cut his salary and get him out of there to do something, send him back to Mississippi somewhere.
Wow. Hey, all right, Rob. Hey, look, it's happening right in front of our faces. Y'all went out there and voted for this.
Hey.
If Posley, 4187 says if Posley would cut 20 of his central service staff who make $200,000 each,
we top heavy.
We can keep the people in the schools.
Come on, and the lunch ladies, because again, you're getting rid of the little people.
Wow.
SDC already. You know what I'm saying? Like these little folks. Y'all keeping these big rats who getting all the cheese, getting fat off the poor, like poverty pimping.
Look,
it's ridiculous.
We've been talking about NPS for a while, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Aisha Carr is going through investigation because she tried to fight
She's
and
representing
tell
people.
what was going to happen.
Exactly.
See, it wasn't like we didn't get somebody that was trying to tell us.
All facts. She's there.
But they went and voted for this.
Yes.
And now a lot of the stuff that she was referring to
is happening. They got you geeked up.
Right.
Saying that,
Market it.
Save this. Let's save the kids. We got to do it for the kids. And now, if they really gave a damn about the kids, you're taking the lunch ladies.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you. The
janitors.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
You cutting the little people.
Liz, when we talk about our community,
come on.
Every time we fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
Every time.
And they know this. Even with political, it don't name any aspect, jobs. It's the banana in the tailpipe.
And you can't say you didn't know because the Tory Lowe Show was warning you.
We was talking about it. And I'll tell you this, for those that are tapped in and y'all just listening and y'all going along and get along and y'all sniggling and giggling and all this extra stuff, this is what you voted for.
When they sensationalize it, you need to be asking what they not telling you.
Right.
We told you that MPS, all the money that they got in 2020, we talking about Keith Posley is sitting fat.
Look, I'm gonna tell you this. When I see
the rat with all the cheese,
when I see these people move around,
come on,
the mismanagement is real. The mismanagement, the neglect is real.
The incompetence,
and sometimes the people got to take accountability.
Hey.
We talking about Keith Posley. Hey, look, if you give me $300,000
plus stipends,
I'm gonna be smiling too, dressing nice. You know what I mean? If I'm laughing all the way to the bank, it's up to the people to stop that.
Facts.
And when the people stop going to get, they couldn't wait to have everybody divided so they could get the referendum going.
Facts.
All I'm saying is we got, as a people, got to take accountability for some of this, because a lot of these people in positions, because either the lack thereof from us,
for real,
or not enough paying attention to what's really happening.
And we're telling you to pay attention.
Right.
Aisha Carr right now is the one that was working for the people, telling us exactly what's going on, and now they're trying to get rid of her.
Right.
Okay. That's another job that they're trying to get rid of. And if the people really want to do something, you're going to stand in solidarity with her and let them know that if you remove her, we're removing you.
And the thing is, they trying to, if you ever stand up against the system,
they're going to put all type of lies on you.
No. They're going to make an example out of you.
All facts.
And this is what they do. And the people been letting people do it.
Facts.
It ain't like they stopped it.
Facts.
They ain't never stood up. And this is why people get tired of going out there, putting their neck on the line for the people. And then when they, if it don't hit like it was supposed to, then they get to come back and get them.
Facts.
And we sit there and watch some of our greatest leaders fall.
Yeah.
And we sit back and chewing and watching TV and not
acting
really,
like ain't nothing happening.
Coming together for those that are willing to take a chance to fight on our behalf.
Facts.
Now, once they got the referendum, now they're going to show everybody else. And so nobody come after her to do what she did.
Facts.
This is the point of the system. The system don't care about what you're doing, because if you miss, now they're going to show everybody else this is what's going to happen to you if you try to stand up.
Yeah.
And this is why they got her all under investigation. Why they not under investigation?
That part. For misappropriation of funds. Keith Posley.
Hey.
And the rest of the executives. And we telling y'all, like, they're talking about education. And we said on the Tory Lowe Show that if it was truly about education, the report had came out that the majority of black children were being suspended. How are they being educated if they being suspended?
Hey, look, and you know how they spun it. They acting bad.
That part.
Okay, all I'm saying is when we talk about things that are on our side of town,
all facts.
These are our children.
Period.
Like, these are our neighborhoods.
Babies. These are come on.
Like all we got to do is function, just like everybody else, just like the people out in Sherwood, just like the people out in other townships. They take ownership of where they live, their neighborhood, and it ain't the fact that we don't take ownership. We just not taught that civics. They don't. That's not even a class they even teach us. Civic government, how towns are structured, how they operate. And these are the things that we got to self-teach. We got to get the knowledge of, because we can't depend on the system to teach us what we need to know. They take advantage of our lack of knowledge.
They do.
And then we come in all emotional.
All facts.
And then all they got to do is put out a promotion or some type of advertisement with some money behind it. And you're going to look on the TV and this is what they already know, where the bots gonna lay their eggs.
All facts. Matter of fact, it was a plan anyway. So what happens like with SDC? Now they're gonna bring in all of these contractors that don't look like us. Same thing
and divide
with
that money up.
And divvy that money up, cipher it out, you know, and the community is still gonna suffer. We're talking about people losing jobs. We was already.
Because the programs don't stop.
Come on.
They just gonna contract it out to maybe to the south side.
Facts.
Maybe over to UMO.
Some people that don't look like you because, again, you better be tapped in because the president of the Common Council then already put the names on who's going to sit on what seat that projects what the next 4 years going to look like. And when I tell you that Jose Perez have seated these individuals in these chair seats, we're talking about right now it's a majority minority. It's 8 black individuals out of the 15. And when I tell you that only 2 of them got seated in these seats, y'all better wake up. Y'all better wake up.
Hey, look, I'm going to tell you right now, we've been talking about this since the show started.
Come on.
We got to roll up our sleeves.
Hey, it's time to get busy.
And get involved.
All
we
facts.
can no longer sit back and watch and fall for I don't know why you keep going to the same people who ain't did nothing last time.
Come on.
So, and every time you got renewed hope because you watching them old Jesse Jackson videos.
Come on.
Talking about keep hope alive when the hope ain't even in the person you going to.
Come on.
They already know you don't know what you talking about because you came to them. They already know you a bot because you came to them. They know they're not going to do nothing. They know you don't know that they're not going to do something.
Because if you're going to them.
Right.
It's automatic. So
they already know.
Hey, on the talk to text 7684 said gotta go to the meeting May 7th about these job cuts. Who will do the work? Outside contractors. Work has to be done. All facts. We know it's outside contractors, but that's why we need to be. We got to get active.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you this. We make sure that we give out information, but I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna come a time where they ain't gonna want that kind of information to get out there. I'm gonna tell you right now. Thank God that we have an independent station where we can be independent. They don't control what we're doing for the community or what we're saying. Nobody ever came to me and say, okay, what to say and what not to say. What I'm saying is, this is why we have these conversations because many times the conversation that we are given is marketed.
Facts.
And that's why when people call into the show, I could tell where they got their information from.
Facts.
What marketing strategy did they was listening to.
Hey, it's automatic.
Because there wasn't no research done. I'm talking about on both sides.
Facts. You're watching the prompters.
On conservative and on Democrat.
Every news channel, they pushing the same thing.
Right.
Which is somebody else's idea. And this is what we're trying to tell you on the Tory Lowe Show. See both sides. Listen to both sides. Be informed and then make your own
and
decision.
Then do your research.
Period.
After you hear both sides, then go and do your fact checking.
Facts.
And go do some research,
And vote in your interests.
Facts. Hey.
Point blank and period.
And like I said, they'll give you a leader.
All facts.
Come on now. After Malcolm X, after Martin, after the Panthers, after all them people, they said, forget that. We ain't gonna have no revolution.
Come on.
We gonna just give y'all the leaders.
Facts.
And y'all just gonna fall in line.
And that's usually what happened, but it's a new day.
Hey, look, it's definitely a new day. But are you gonna take some action today?
Are you gonna take some? And that's the $1 million question.
Can't nobody make you take action.
That part. You got a chance and a choice.
Look, when we come back, we'll have more discussion. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, the time is almost here. Be sure to tap into the Tory Lowe Show Friday, May 3rd, as I will be giving away $5,000 to one of our lucky true fans who was entered in to win the Gruber Law Office's $5,000 giveaway. Again, that's Friday, May 3rd, when I will be giving away $5,000 to one of our lucky true fans between 1 and 4. And remember, you have to be tapped into the show in order to win this cash money.
This is Community Heartbeat, presented by Outreach Community Health Centers on 1017 The Truth.
There are individuals in our community who certainly need health services, a variety of health services. What if they do not have health insurance? How can you serve that population?
Our community health center allows patients to come to our clinic regardless of their ability to pay, and that's part of our federal funding. You can come to our clinic and be seen based on what we call a poverty level. So anyone 200% or below a poverty level can be seen in our clinic for anywhere from $20 to $40 for that visit. So in other words, if your visit is a $400 visit and you fall on our sliding scale where you pay $20 for your visit, you would not be responsible for the $400. You'd only be responsible for $20 for that visit. Also, our pharmacy prescriptions are very, very affordable as well. Where you would normally pay, let's say for an inhaler, $240 a month for an inhaler, at our facility that would cost you about $4 or $5.
It's very good to know you guys have a sliding scale that makes it very, very affordable.
The Wisconsin Black Chamber congratulates Jocelyn Cooks, the fourth winner of the pitch competition. I'm Xavier, Director of Events for the Wisconsin Black Chamber, inviting you to our upcoming events. May 11th is our annual Mommy and Me Fitness Walk at Veterans Park. Bring your mom and your kids out. We kick off at 10 a.m., 1 mile walk, fitness instructors, yoga, food, health, and retail vendors. At 4, the boat rides start with the Milwaukee Community Sailing Center. Register now. Join us for a great time on a great lake. The next third Thursday, featuring the pitch competition, will take place during the annual Big Hat Soiree, May 16th, 5 to 9 at the PAC. All attendees must wear a hat. The next Black Winemaker Chicago day trip is May 25th. Sign up now, online, or at any of our events. And if you're interested in becoming a member of the Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce, please visit twbcc.com to discover all the benefits of being a member, or join us at one of our exciting monthly events. Don't miss out on what we have going on.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as 1 business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Roll another one.
Sit up, never like you know it's special packet with the automatics. We gon' set them to heaven. Wait. Hey. Woo. You feeling sturdy, Shake it.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Milwaukee, the time is almost here. We have been entering in true fans into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway for the last 3 months. And this Friday, we'll finally pick our one call that's all $5,000 giveaway winner. Be sure to tune in to the Tory Lowe Show this Friday, May 3rd, so you don't miss your call. Because if you do, we'll go to the next caller until we find our $5,000 winner. Again, that's the big Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway this Friday on the Tory Lowe Show on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk. Elizabeth Brown.
Hey.
Another powerful conversation.
Powerful.
Hey, look, Milwaukee Public Schools budget proposal to cut 288 staff members despite the referendum. And we also asked the question of the day is, when do you allow the children to date?
Yeah.
At what age? Because I'm seeing 10-year-olds,
man,
11-year-olds. I'm talking about in relationships.
No doubt. Full blown.
I'm like, oh, wow, that's interesting, And I just wanted to bring that to the airwaves because I'm just wondering, are we having these conversations with our youth? Are they prepared to have really, something like a relationship at 10, 11? I mean, are we engaging and talking to them and educating them and things like that?
We really need to be making sure that we're doing that because, again, when I was working for, a juvenile youth detention, whatever, I was seeing 7-year-olds being charged with sexual assault for touching on a girl. So again, when we're talking about these 10 and 11-year-olds, and then say a mother finds out that her 11-year-old is talking to another 11-year-old and she wants to press charges, you know what I'm saying? Like the way that the law is set up. The Romeo and Juliet, your son's 17 and he's dating, a freshman, and it go far and she couldn't consent and all of this. Like, these are the conversations we really need to be having, because again, the legislation ain't changing.
So it's not.
So
hey, I'm gonna tell you, I know some guys right now that something happened when they was a kid. Come on. And they got the tag sex offender on their name and they was 15, 16 years old.
Dating somebody that's at the high school.
Right.
The grown men that was pulling up, the grown women that was pulling up, picking little kids up.
And that stay on your record for life.
Man, look here. Not only that, can you imagine being a child, dating somebody that you was in high school with, and then you got to go to prison with that on? You got a label as a predator. That's a whole nother conversation.
Right, it is.
But in reality, when we're talking about 10 and 11-year-olds, when we're talking about sexting, and these kids passing
you can go
pictures,
to jail for that.
Your child sending pictures, sexual pictures of themselves to somebody else, and then your child get it, and then they share it in a group chat. That's a charge. So we have to be real careful, and this is why the Tory Lowe Show is telling you, Truth Nation, it's time for us to have the real conversations in real time with our children so they can avoid these traps.
Hey, look, and sometimes grandma got to come out of retirement and talk to the grandchildren.
All facts.
It takes a village to raise these kids, especially the ones on these tablets.
Not only to raise them, to protect them.
Especially the ones that's out here, they on TikTok for 10 hours a day. They learning from this outside force, and we got to ground our children. We got to make sure that we're talking to them, making sure that we being nosy.
Yes.
To the point where, it's not not to the point where they can't tell you anything.
Facts.
But to the point where you're conversating with them enough that they believe that they can trust you with the information.
All facts, but not even making sure that you have a village around them. So if they're not comfortable with you, they comfortable with somebody. So somebody that have some common sense can give them, point them in the right direction of what it is that they need.
I agree. Al, you're on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
Hey, how you doing? I know kids will be kids, but a lot of times y'all kids is not talking to y'all because some of y'all are very judgmental. Some of y'all are very ignorant, and some of y'all talk very ignorant. But y'all don't talk about all those abortions and outside babies. Some of y'all don't talk about how mama used to get beat on in front of her kids, or daddy used to come in the house pissy drunk and pee all in the sink in front of everybody. So the thing is, if you're going to talk to your kids, talk to them. If you're going to talk to them and throw all them Bible verses, you're going to have them more cracked up in the head. If you talk to them from no judgment, where they will talk to you and they will say, well, this is a person that I can talk to. But if you're talking about Bible verses when Jesus was running with prostitutes and tax collectors, or y'all talking about all this other stuff, you're not going to do none except make the kid more worse than he is. But if he is a young child or a young girl, talk to them and maybe have a conversation with the other parent if they are dating, so everybody could be on the same page. But when you have these people who are so-called judgmental or sitting up there saying, well, back in my time, well, yeah, back in your time, some of y'all didn't get married until y'all started leaking from your breasts, and some of the husbands you with, you don't even want to touch today. So I would think before, you start, telling your kid no, sit him or her down and talk to them about everything. Don't talk about in your time, because in your time you was probably even worse or more worse than your child, and there's no guarantee that your child gonna do even worse than you. He or she might do even better than you. But if some of y'all don't have that conversation, it's not gonna work. If you're talking ignorant, it's not gonna work. So if you ask anything about if there's crazy checks or if something wrong in their bloodline, with kids out today, they might tell you might need to check your own bloodline. And if it is something wrong, it's not always from the man. Sometimes there's things on the woman's side of the generation that skip, where it just affects them. So I would say sit down and just talk to them with no judgment, because when you have no judgment, they will talk to you about anything. But he who casts the spell always have their skeletons refilled at death. And that's where you see all the other sisters and brothers coming that you never knew. That's when the father find out them two brothers really is not his, it's his granddaddy. But the mother been the whole time saying she don't want this and this going on in the house, and you find out she had 6 different diseases.
Oh, wow.
You ain't even made it to the mouth yet. So when you talk to your kids, talk to them from no judgment, where they will be able to come and talk to you about anything without being judged. That's why a lot of y'all kids don't talk to you now, because some of y'all are very ignorant, and some of y'all talk with judgment, and nobody has a clean cough, not even Jesus, and Jesus was not even right neither, because birds of a feather flock together. And if you're not if you're not an alcoholic, you're not going to hang with a person who drink. If you're not a dopehead, you're not going to hang with people that do dope. If you don't like prostitutes, you're not going to hang with them all the time, but Jesus did. Have a good day.
I mean, you know, you have to be real careful just in totality of people who are not being judgmental, because they there to manipulate you to do something that you don't have no knowledge of either. So you have to make sure you're having a conversation with your children. There's going to be judgment, and this is why you having a conversation with your children, because you have individuals who's pushing an agenda to make you think that one side is going to do whatever, and you scared to go over there and not have that conversation. So you got to make sure, again, especially those of us that have children, the ideologies that are being pushed for you to go either side, stand in the middle, have a conversation with your children, even if there's judgment.
And it's always
make sure that you saying it and doing it in love.
It's always a teachable moment too.
Facts.
Everything is a teachable moment to implement your ideas with the kids. Like I always say, like with my children, I always make sure that whatever is going on, you add the right strategy and the idea to teach what you feel that needs to take place. And that shouldn't come to their offense. That should be coming to them from the family and from the teachings of the family. And every family's how they teach it.
It's how you saying it. And in reality, again, anytime you try to shut down whatever, just don't talk about, you know, the Bible and things like that. No, you teach your children what me and Tory Lowe been saying since the beginning of the Tory Lowe Show. And that is, in moderation of everything. Too much of anything is bad. So you letting them know whatever your ideologies are, how you feel, and then you give them the floor, because again, to have a real conversation, there has to be somebody's listening and somebody's that's talking, and y'all taking turns of making sure that your child is being seen and being heard, and you are being seen and being heard at the same damn time.
And at the end of the day, it's about resolve.
Period.
And if you can bring resolve and move forward to the next, because there's always going to be something going on. So the quicker you can get to the resolve with the communication, the quicker y'all can move on to the next situation.
Yes, because when you're at the top of one mountain, you at the bottom of another one. So,
hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. And we're going to read some talk to text. And we got some people in the chat. We're going to try to get to it all when we get back. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Jeopardy is on a hot streak with runaway games, high scores, and can't-miss moments.
I've always had nightmares about doing this, Ken. True Daily Double, please.
Oh, that's the spirit.
As this game heats up,
what is the secret of being a world-class Jeopardy player?
Everyone's asking,
could we be witnessing a new super champ in the making?
Find out.
All right, we got a tight game
on Jeopardy.
Weeknights at 6 on CBS 58. The CBS 58 News at 10 with Natalie Shepard.
I think if you watch the other stations, you might think nothing good ever happens in Milwaukee, and we know that's just not true.
And Jessup Riceback.
We do find solutions to some issues in our communities.
We are focused on finding stories that are impactful, and I think that's something that really sets our newscasts apart.
It is an honor to sit in those chairs on that desk and help tell those stories.
Jessup and Natalie. Weeknights at 10 on CBS 58, your hometown station.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Dr. Ken Harris with his truth.
We're at a turning point in Milwaukee's political history as we go towards the end of this year and into 2025. The choices we make now will have a lasting impact on our city in the future. The impending financial difficulties necessitate a cooperative strategy that unites every aspect of our society to create long-term fixes. There has never been any question about the tenacity and the spirit of Milwaukeeans, and it is this strength that we need to utilize more than ever. Our future depends on creative problem solving, utilizing cross-border alliances, and being dedicated to making sure that all Milwaukeeans' voices, especially those of the historically marginalized, are acknowledged and heard during the policymaking process. Prioritizing equitable development will ensure that long-standing imbalances are addressed and economic growth will benefit all Milwaukee citizens. You know, it's essential to make investments in Milwaukee's public services, infrastructure, educational systems in order to both prevent the budget crisis and create a more robust and energetic city. Now, as we traverse these obstacles, let us never forget that our community is our most valuable resource. And by working together, we can overcome any challenge and create a future that embodies Milwaukee's greatest qualities, which are resilience, being inclusive, and being a successful city.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, weekdays from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat.
I see technology possibly being the great democratizer in terms of talent.
That's Science Applications International CEO Tony Towns-Whitley speaking on Bloomberg about how she feels emerging tech, like AI, can help boost diversity in business and in the workforce. As AI grows, a lot of people are concerned about what it could mean for DEI efforts. But Towns-Whitley says she thinks if it's used the right way, it can help break down some barriers.
We can use the technology to go, if you will, to remove bias out of systems and out of processes. We can also use the technology and provide, if you will, STEM capability and training and efforts to bring more and more individuals who have not traditionally been in that part of the spectrum, part of these organizations and into tech.
Having more diversity behind the scenes in tech can only improve how new emerging tech works for everyone. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, bow, front row, shake it, you a bad. She shaking dummy, I just wanna grab it. It's another one like DJ Khaled. I just hopped on and seen, oh yeah, me and my brothers got the green, tryna get between them. She gon' like and leave her home. Motherfucker, I got a brother for it, bring her home. I say, DJ, can you put this song on blast? Put up in the back, shaking. I know and you know that she gon' shake that when I throw this cash. You ever told her I got G's? No. You ever make a bitty hit her knees? No. Well, guess what? I'm JP on my dime, make up.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show, DJ Brother Z on the 1 and 2s, Elizabeth Brown in the building.
Hey.
Look, we've been talking about this all day. What age is the age that you allow your children, or did you?
Yeah.
You can call in, even if you don't got no kids,
Facts.
you had to go through it.
Facts.
It's all knowledge. It's all information that,
all
facts. It's all context.
Yeah.
I would love to hear, how did you manage that?
Correct.
If you were a parent and you got grown children, how did you manage that?
Yeah.
Because what I'm seeing with the TikTok, with the tablets, a lot of these kids think they know everything now.
Yeah.
Because they scrolling.
Yeah.
They think they know
and
more
a lot
than you.
of them, like you stated, hooking up in the DM. Again.
Hooking up.
I mean, I see why a lot of the children feel like they know more than us, because a lot of us done tapped out. You know what I'm saying? Again, when we talking about, me and you talk about the olders and not the elders.
Right.
Because the olders don't have no wisdom. The olders is out here dressing like the kids,
right.
talking like the kids, trying to talk to the kid's girlfriend, and then you calling yourself being in the front.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're copying this young man. If you're doing what it is that they're doing, you're following them. You're not leading them.
They saying that they trying to relate.
No.
No, you trying to get my girlfriend.
You need to get out the way. You need to get out the way, because again, the lines have been blurred to a point where a lot of older people don't know how to sit down and get out the way.
And they still trying to find themselves.
That part.
Because they spent most of the 80s in the crack house.
And that's okay, but what you don't want to do is try to tell this child something and you dressing like them, you talking like them, you walking like them, and you trying to be them.
All I'm saying is I respect my elders.
Yes.
The ones that with the wisdom.
Facts.
The ones with the teachings.
It's a difference.
It's not the olders.
No.
You know, the ones that was out here messing
old,
up.
right.
And they got old and now they want the respect
Facts.
as the elders.
That part.
Yeah.
But you ain't put in that work. You don't have that wisdom.
Salute.
You know what I'm saying?
Salute to my elders.
Salute to all of our elders.
Yeah.
Even the elders. It's just time for the elders to get under the elders so you can get the wisdom.
Yeah, they need to listen to
all facts.
To their peers.
Yes.
But we gonna run to the chat. It's a lot of people in the chat, a lot of conversation going on in the chat on 1017 The Truth as we go live on YouTube. Not really a city girl says girls and boys have to navigate their feelings in a healthy environment.
Yes.
Too many parents aren't open enough and it causes the kids to sneak around.
True.
Some daycare are using Sexy Red songs to transition as transition songs.
Correct.
Transition songs are used to grab the kids' attention
Correct.
to go to the next activity. It's a crying shame.
It is. It didn't got out of hand. And again, what Michael Jackson stated, you know, these are spells over our children. As we start to look at music, because I remember back in our day, Tory, you know, we created drill teams.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when we we choreographed our own dances, and then it went from that to them telling you, go to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They went to programming you to do certain dances versus the freestyle of thinking of your own
Making up
dances.
your own movement.
It became programmed.
Nikki in the chat says, we couldn't wear a belly shirt to school without getting sent home or the school giving us something to put over it. Nikki goes on to say, it starts at home, then go to school around these make figures. I hope school uniforms will be a part of MPS budget.
Yeah, right. MPS is firing the little people right now. They ain't trying to do no school uniforms. Matter of fact, I mean, at the end of the day, we have to just make sure when we having these conversations that we're realistic.
And not really a city girl in the chat says TikTok has these kids thinking that they know it all. Mm-hmm. You can't tell them anything.
Again, you know, it's if we stop letting TikTok tell them, you know, and take a break. Again, like me and Tory was talking about, you know, when it was, you know, these pagan holidays and things like that. If every time the family get together, everybody on their phone. These are times that you should have real life conversations, real life, you know what I'm saying, face-to-face conversations. Even with us as adults in work, it's emails, it's text messages. We need to make it our business to stop and speak to people. Start having real life conversations. Because again,
hey, look, it's people in relationships that text each other and they living in the same house.
Hey, come on.
I'm hungry.
Come on.
It's a text message.
You want to go get
what
something
you want
to
eat?
That part. Like
I'll meet you at the back door.
Come on.
At the front door. Whatever.
Come on.
I'm just saying, like, it's text message.
And what you don't understand.
Did you see my text?
When that gap is there, you know, what they say, idle time is the devil time.
Right.
You leaving room for other things to come in. So if we all take accountability, we won't just be blaming somebody. You know, right now, the whole community needs to take accountability because we all dropped the ball.
7878 says, my son date when he's 16, but my daughter better be a nun.
Take it easy.
Hey, the caller had to know you. Oh, the person that called when you younger.
Okay.
They're saying that the caller had to know you, the father and the mama and the grandmama and them, before you could darken the doorstep and ask for my kids. Like, I guess they said the whole family had to know you.
All facts.
Before you came over.
I'm telling you, they were sweating bullets when they came to my house because my daddy he was not playing, fam. He wasn't playing at all. Hey, remind me of that Bad Boys. DJ Brother Z was just showing that clip, you know, when he went to date his daughter and they pulled him to the side. That's what it was like in my house. Like,
9591 says, I went to Victor's when I was in high school, and this woman dropped me off at school the next day. Oh, wow.
But you had a fake ID?
Oh, wow. 0563 says, my daughter and niece had to graduate, and all before I thought about them having a boyfriend. Oh, they had to graduate before I thought about them having a boyfriend. I didn't allow the boyfriend, girlfriend stuff. It was education.
Hey, and then when they get grown, you had a real life conversations. Look, they done done, because again, kids gonna do it. You know, like when we was talking about the gameplay, how I go get it and stuff like that.
Right.
We didn't tell our parents.
No,
Matter of fact,
we were
when
just
I had
outside.
that conversation with my mama and I asked her, I said, did y'all play those type of games? She said, yeah, too, but she didn't tell her mama. So in reality, whether you agreeing to it or not, whether you want to talk about it or not, is happening. So the reality of that is to be proactive, sit down and have a conversation and give your children the foundation that they need to stand on, because the quicksand that somebody else is giving them will engulf them.
Hey, look, let's play house.
Hey, take it easy.
That's what they used to do. We play house.
I want to be the daddy.
And we play doctor.
Facts. And those games right there, it's a slippery slope, fam.
Hey, look, when we come back, Elizabeth Brown, I want to get your final thoughts.
Hey.
As usual.
Let's get it.
Elizabeth Brown in studio. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It started with a prediction.
Go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
The Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, we're talking about up to $5 million, which for small business owners, we need that. That's like payroll, that's resources. So can you just let us know, what is the program and why is this lending program so important to Old National Bank?
Years ago, our CEO, Jim Ryan, this program is his brainchild. He was working with Roland Shelton, who you know Denise out of Evansville, and they identified that African-American business owners, Hispanic business owners, Native American business owners, as well as women business owners had a difficult time in obtaining financing from the traditional credit partners. And so we went out, created a program, launched it last year, 2023. And so far last year, we have helped over 100 successful minority and women-owned businesses with about $25 million in loans. We've already started this year with almost $8 million in approvals, again, geared toward minority business owners and women business owners that normally had difficulties in obtaining traditional credit finance.
The Wisconsin Black Chamber congratulates Jocelyn Cooks, the 4th winner of the pitch competition. I'm Xavier, Director of Events for the Wisconsin Black Chamber, inviting you to our upcoming events. May 11th is our annual Mommy and Me Fitness Walk at Veterans Park. Bring your mom and your kids out. We kick off at 10 a.m., 1 mile walk, fitness instructors, yoga, food, health, and retail vendors. At 4, the boat rides start with the Milwaukee Community Sailing Center. Register now. Join us for a great time on a great lake. The next third Thursday, featuring the pitch competition, will take place during the annual Big Hat Soiree, May 16th, 5 to 9 at the PAC. All attendees must wear a hat. The next Black Winemaker Chicago day trip is May 25th. Sign up now, online, or at any of our events. And if you're interested in becoming a member of the Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce, please visit twbcc.com to discover all the benefits of being a member, or join us at one of our exciting monthly events. Don't miss out on what we have going on.
We Energies want you to keep this important safety message in mind. Before you start digging, planting, or landscaping on your property, call 811 to have underground utilities marked. Calling 811 at least 3 business days before you plan to dig will help you know what's below and can prevent a hazardous situation. Our representatives will mark the underground utilities on your property for free. So remember, stay safe and call before you dig.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, tune in Wednesday night at 6 p.m. for the Analysis podcast on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. The Analysis podcast will feature LA Clippers wingman Terrence Mann. They will discuss the Clippers and the love for Kobe Bryant, fashion, and even Terrence forecasting weather in Hawaii. Must be nice. Do not miss the Analysis podcast on The Truth Wednesday night at 6 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Elizabeth Brown, final thoughts on the show today. We talked, it was serious conversation when it comes to the kids.
Very serious conversation when it comes to the kids and the adults and the community. Again, my condolences for this mother whose 4-year-old she was walking with and they were hit by a car and the car kept going. Condolences. We got to do something about that. And then, salute to Lynn Patton, who came over here and spoke the truth, a black woman who has struggled, who's representing Trump. In reality, Truth Nation, we just want you to keep an open mind, making sure that you thinking for yourself and you're not a part of the machine that we consider bots. Right. At the end of the day, the reality is you have to make sure you're paying attention to everything. Don't get caught up for the tree and not see the forest. Because then you lose and somebody else win. In reality, NPS, SDC, we're still losing jobs. We're being taxed at the highest we've ever been taxed. And we're not seeing no relief. So again, whatever side you was on, you got played. Because we're suffering. And in reality, until we do something about it, until we change our minds and change our lives, it's going to continue to be consistent.
Hey, Elizabeth Brown, once again, I appreciate you for being on the front lines as usual.
Hey.
We got a lot of work to do.
Let's get it.
All right, DJ Brother Z.
All right, Tory Lowe from 104. Let's get it. All right, Queen.
All right, King. We love you, Truth Nation.
Hey, look, I'm going to tell y'all right now, when we talk about the community, when we talk about the things that we need to really pay attention to, look, go talk to y'all kids right now.
Hey.
Y'all see these young people in your house right now.
Come on.
Have a conversation with them.
Make time.
Make sure that we tapping in with the family.
All facts.
Hey, look, when we come back tomorrow, we'll have another powerful conversation. You don't want to miss it. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black-owned business